any audio. Yeah. Okay, good.
Hey kids, it's time to shut your mouth and open your mind. It's Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry!
That's right, kids. You're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. I'm one of two hosts, and sitting across the table from me now and forevermore, the one, the only, AJ Davis.
And sitting across from me is the 3PO to my R2, Corey fucking Shuba.
Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry is a live call-in show, so if you want to call in and participate, the number to do so is 920-CORRUPT or
920-267-78. I just love making you fucking wait for that. God damn, it's so good ever since we talked about it. You're like,
you want to check us out online?
You can find us through the Facebooks at facebook.com/corruptwizardry.
This is episode number 27.
It is.
And we have a very special guest tonight.
Yes, our friend Matt. Matt is a friend that I've had from our local watering hole for a long time. We decided one time hanging out that we were doppelgangers, and then we just started talking. We were both into nerd shit, and it happened to be around the time that I was leaving the mall.
What the fuck are you calling a nerd?
Oh, me and you, inconsequentially.
Right,
yeah, you're gonna have to get
That
right
works.
up on
I'm
that.
gonna get
mic.
right.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, right up in it.
And he has known about the podcast since the months leading up where we were going to unveil this thing that nobody was going to listen to.
Right. And
Yes.
here we are.
And here we are, and here he is.
Amazing. We
Um,
got to come up with a nickname. We'll do so at some point in the night.
in my phone, he's Matt Hobb.
Matt Hobb.
Matt Hobb.
I was thinking, nah, that's not a good one.
Cornhole.
Matt.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking. This guy has the amazing gift
He's
of just
got a-
fucking laying it down,
The
dude.
King
laying
Midas. He's the Nolan Ryan. He's the Michael Jordan of cornhole.
It's amazing. It's actually entertaining to watch.
It's sick.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like a pussy. Like 'cause fundamentally it's a simple game.
Right.
And I don't have it.
You throw bag.
Yeah, I'm like
20
good,
feet
Like I throw it,
into
and I'm
hole.
like, good throw. No, it went way left, and it's like sitting in the doorway of a Japanese nail salon. Like, it's so.
Are you by chance also good at beer pong? Because I kind of feel like they would relate.
I'm pretty decent at beer pong.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm all right. Definitely not my specialty. Better at quarters.
Gotcha. Oh,
What is this? Is this
that's a tough fucking game.
Is this
Awesome at
you're
quarters.
awesome with your hands and you understand weight in your hand?
I think
more?
so.
Weight distribution and distance.
Well, I mean, I grew up playing horseshoes and bocce ball. Play frisbee golf.
Yeah, I also played horseshoes, and I was okay, but
he was actually a part of one of the most
celebrated.
I would say underrated.
Oh, well, I mean, Michael Jordan, I feel maybe at the time was celebrated, but also underrated.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Gretzky didn't quite get the accolades until later after his career.
Okay.
Yes, with the Gainesville Clydesdales, they were a phenomena in the horseshoe playing.
For a very brief time.
The horseshoe playing in Ormond Beach world.
The Backyard Horseshoe Federation.
We took I want to say the nation by storm, but it wasn't quite that big. We took the Ormond by the Sea by storm.
It was a small community.
It was.
But you owned it.
Oh, yeah, they knew us.
For
All,
sure.
The beach trash and the...
You'd hear the unmistakable clink of the metal rod, and
Yeah.
people would come running.
Oh, people celebrated far and wide, and by far and wide, I mean about 12 miles of beachfront property.
Yeah. And wide, maybe a quarter of a mile from the shore.
Right,
inland.
right, yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah,
Weird place,
the
that
jetty.
Ormond by the Sea. Because
Although-
it's not quite Daytona.
It was fun.
It was a blast.
It was a good jumping off point from Gainesville.
It
was
was
a good
probably a
chance.
perfect from living in Gainesville and having like that weird, like everybody knows everybody but pretends to know nobody.
Uh-huh.
it was actually a good jumping off point for me to go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
It gave you that sense of like small area, everybody knows everybody. You run into people, and you're like, you
Although
probably know somebody.
There
I
were a
know.
lot of elements that would be different from living at the beach, i.e., living with lots of sunshine all the time, the smell of the ocean,
Right.
and then going to the dank dungeon-esque basement where it was dark all the time.
You know, it's actually funny you put that because it's kind of like a metaphor for my life between the two places. Like, I was in a very happy place when I lived in Ormond.
Yeah.
And then when I went to New Jersey, it became a very dark place. I'm not saying that there aren't parts of New Jersey I enjoy. There are things I miss. And there's a part of me that I think we've spoken about this. I miss that basement. I miss my fucking solitude
yeah.
of having one television for Game Show Network and a separate television for my PlayStation 2 next to each other. So I'm playing Hot Shots Golf.
Right.
While watching Family Feud with Richard Dawson. Like, it was a very happy
Screaming
place.
answers at the top of your line. Yeah.
It was a very happy place for me. Like, but at the same time, it was a very depressing place. It's weird. It's a weird dichotomy in that basement. Because I did a lot of sleeping, which is like the telltale sign of depression.
Matt, where did you grow up?
I'm from Joliet, Illinois, actually, just outside of Chicago.
Oh, fantastic. I actually know someone from there.
They also have basements.
Yeah.
In that area. It's nice.
How long did you live there for?
I was there for like 26 years.
Oh, okay. So like a long time.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you know all about the basement.
I do. I lived in a basement for quite some time.
Right
So it was
on.
Now, was it
lot
a
of fun.
finished basement?
It was a finished
Okay.
basement,
Okay.
indeed. I had some nice plywood.
Mine was a
Plywood
half-finished
walls.
basement at best. A quarter-finished basement.
There was no dividing wall or anything. It was
No,
just a quarter of the room finished.
No. Yeah, okay, so it was a quarter of the room finished, and then I put up a wall.
Yeah.
Which was literally a piece of plasterboard. My stepdad helped me in the basement screw down some 4x4s
Framing.
to kind
floor
of
framing.
yeah. But then the plasterboard itself wasn't nailed in or anything. Like, there was a lot of times I'd be hanging out with my cousin and we would get like shithouse blackout drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 2 or 3 times my cousin fell through my wall.
Nice, because it just wasn't attached.
Yeah, like he
Right.
tripped and the wall
Was completely fine.
It was a piece of wood paper is what it was. Like, on one side it looked like that plasterboard, and on the other side it looked like a beautiful wall. Like, there was like knots in it and stuff. But it was about paper thin.
Was the washer and dryer down there?
Yeah.
That could be fucking annoying.
Soothing. It's like living at the airport, man. You fucking get used to it. That's the noise you go. Plus, I go to sleep. Not even. I mean, it's not so bad now because of the fan we have. But then I had a box fan,
Right.
so those two sounds kind of mesh together. That the box fan, the washer, doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah, it's incredible what you could sleep through. Like, once you get used to it. I used to live on a super busy intersection. It was a hospital route, ambulance.
our old
Fire
apartment
trucks,
was
police
at
cars constantly.
was on John Young Parkway, across the street from House of Beer, actually. So you just sleep through ambuli and fire trucks, and
The best part too is like right when they brought the baby home. Literally, she'd be scream, cry, crazy until she like AJ would like rock her and she'd fall back asleep. And the second that he put her down in the crib, fucking drove him crazy every time.
it was
Just
only like
"Those motherfuckers."
it was only like the first month,
yeah.
and then she just
Got
that
used to
was
it.
soothing to her. Like, there was a
Let me ask you a question. Do you guys
Yeah.
do the thing that some parents do where they take the newborn in the car, go for a car ride until she falls asleep? Do you guys get into that or no?
no. There's a thing. I mean, it happens more now
Yeah.
for us than it did then. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
when she was young, it wasn't hard to make her go to sleep. Like, it was. They're built for that. They spent like the first 9 months of their lives sleeping.
Right.
I mean, you can remember coming to my house, and I'm playing Fallout 3, and she's sitting in her car seat, and I'm just fucking rocking it with my foot,
I remember babysitting her.
killing things that are trying to come. Death claws. I'm fucking murdering death claws.
I remember fucking coming over to babysit and just put her in her swing and then just turn that thing on, and she'd
Yeah.
pass right out.
No,
and
it was,
just game
it was an
time.
amazing time. Now, the car thing works. Like, I wanted her to nap so bad this one day, and we went and broke into the Disney pool.
Okay.
To the one at Art of Animation. Beautiful. I mean, they have like 5 pools, and they're all fucking gorgeous, like Disney themed. You know what I mean? And we were leaving, and it was kind of like that middle ground in Florida where it's hot, but then as the sun starts setting, it's like cooler. So it was getting cooler, and I put her in the car, and I was like, here's what I'm going to do. NPR. High. Turn it up. NPR.
Diane Reeves.
And then
Go to sleep, little
exactly.
baby.
Exactly. By the way, on a side note, I was really pissed off that not more people liked or commented on my "It takes Diane Reeves 7 minutes to sneeze" post on Facebook, because I like immediately thought, like, first of all, I know there's people that listen to NPR that probably saw this and think I'm being a dick, but also the majority don't listen to NPR and don't know who fucking Diane Reeves is, which means I'm friends with fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I don't listen to NPR. And I
You
don't
should.
know.
It's pretty good.
Oh, Diane Reeves,
Is-
she's got her own show. She could cover so much more ground if she hadn't had a stroke or whatever it is that happened to her,
I think
because
she has MS.
something is wrong.
So
Okay.
here's the
And-
deal with Diane Reeves. If you were just catching it for the first time, you probably wouldn't give it more than 30 seconds, because literally it's
So bad, dude.
takes her for ever to say anything. But however, once you get past that, it just sounds normal to you, and she's a fucking ball buster, bro.
She's a badass.
She's fucking
Like,
epic,
she
dude.
asks the
Anyone
hard
that,
questions.
anyone that
What-
comes in,
What's her subject matter?
Everything.
Typically?
anything,
Everything.
dude.
She mostly political
Yeah.
stuff, but she talks to all these experts, and like she has like 2 opposing people that want to argue with each other, or she'll have 2 people that are the
Pro.
opposite of what she thinks,
Right.
and then she just
Dismantles
basically
them, bro.
takes them apart,
Dismantles
like
them.
each of them, and she's like, so what is that all about? And like
Like literally, if Cheney was in there, she'd be like, "How does it feel to fabricate a war? War?"
and he'd be
Like
like,
he'd be like,
he'd be having a heart attack, right? Like,
You could hear his actual
Yeah.
mechanical heart. Ding, 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 ding.
she'd be like, what is it feel like to shoot your friend in the face with a shotgun? And he'd be like, oh, that was an accident. Yeah, ting, ting, ting. He's the Tin Man. Yeah.
Now, what are the fucking odds with that asshole? Like, seriously, they've done this mechanical heart thing. Like, it's completely mechanical.
He's a cyborg.
He's
more of a cyborg than you.
He literally is heartless. And the man is 2 of 9 people that have tried this heart transplant thing and survived it. What are the fucking odds?
I love the idea that he has to drink WD-40 like once every 6 months.
Going for regularly scheduled
yeah.
maintenance.
It's like, I'm feeling a little rickety.
Yeah.
You got that WD-40 cocktail?
He eats a Viagra, gets a heart on, and it's just so smooth. It's
Oh,
just
right.
lubed automatically.
Oh, he's just that's his oil changes when he comes. It's all the black. It's a straight black.
Texas Gold,
Yeah, exactly.
Texas Tea, whatever it is.
He's
Black
selling
Gold,
it.
Texas Tea.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
That'd be rad
Before
if he was
we got
in
to
a,
Diane Reeves.
if he was in a porn, you could call it Black Gold. That'd be amazing.
Oh, that's
Him just banging black chicks.
But now he's like even uglier Truman or whatever, right? Like he's in a wheelchair now, right?
I don't know. Is he?
Is
he even still alive?
No, he's definitely still alive.
He's never gonna die.
No,
That's true.
he is. He's
He'll
eternal.
just keep replacing organs as they fail. The first human to have successfully survived a mechanical kidney transplant, liver transplant.
I love also the idea that like the insides of him are not like awesome mechanics, but like steampunk, like it's all cogs and like sparks.
Actually, I think it's probably more like advanced Japanese technology, which is completely ironic. You know what I mean? Like the parts in his body are not American made whatsoever. They're like German or Iceland.
Oh right,
or
they
like
have
fucking Tokyo.
Volvo symbols on them and shit. Yeah.
Definitely not a Ford.
Yeah.
No,
No,
definitely
no.
no. That would be bad.
He's got the Model T heart. No, he's not going to go for that. He wants the Saab made by Jets.
So, what do you think? The advancement of these, like since they've actually completed the mapping of the human DNA, which they thought it would take years, but these German scientists have figured it out already. So now
course they have.
you can manipulate.
Of course, it was the Germans.
Yeah, you can manipulate someone's DNA to the point where you can actually order up what kind of child you want. Technically, in like scientific speaking terms, you know what I mean? Like the possibilities there. Does that cross some sort of weird boundary as human beings and like normal evolution when we can start making humans exactly the way we want them? I mean, shit. It actually the technology exists today where you wouldn't even have to carry a child in a womb. You could do that
Test tube baby sort of thing.
technically, yeah, exactly.
Now, I think
Feeding the baby through an umbilical cord through a series of machines.
I don't know if I'm answering your question exactly.
Okay.
But I think there's going to be a weird fashion thing, okay? Fashionable babies. And I think that the first of it is going to be, of course, the Brad Pitt baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they can map what it's going to look like at 20 years old, right? So maybe it's not going to come out the prettiest. I mean, a lot of times ugly kids turn out to be cute.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time. They generally stay ugly. But
now, would that also spark some sort of new type of prejudice or racism, where like natural birth versus people who are scientifically birthed?
Oh, that's a book. That's got to be a book.
No, it's basically a Brave New World.
Aldous
Huxley, everyone's genetically mapped into a hierarchy, I guess you could say.
What is it?
Whatever
Alpha, beta.
Alphas,
You have to get right up on that mic.
Alphas, betas, omegas.
Yeah.
I think gammas are in there.
Epsilon, I think.
Epsilon, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's another one. They take that drug Soma to make them feel good, and
Okay.
everybody's just like, they're programmed to just absolutely love
But they're made.
their place in life. And
Exactly. They're made to be in that place in
And-
life.
And the reason everyone has their own spot is to keep that balance.
I gotcha. That's cool.
So there isn't, really the prejudice. I mean, there is the prejudice, like people don't associate with other people, and you're only allowed to
Stay on your level.
If you're a 10,
Yeah.
you can talk to anybody who's like an 8 to a 10.
Gotcha.
You can't talk to a 7. And there's all these.
That's
little
kind of like
rules
Gattaca, right? That movie Gattaca.
I didn't
bit.
see that.
Did you see that?
A while ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty sketchy.
It's like,
I don't remember a whole lot of it.
Human, they manipulate the birthing process to where they're born to do something like exactly like you said, and then like his brother was natural birth, and he tries to take his brother's place to fly to Mars, or I don't know, but it's something along those lines.
This is my theory.
Okay.
At first, it's exactly like naming children. Okay. Like it's gonna be that thing where everybody wants to have Brad Pitt baby, right? The one that's gonna grow up to be strapping, athletic, which is also gonna make a weird status quo for anybody being good at anything, because if they're all awesome at sports, fuck.
Right.
The draft, the football draft is gonna be awful. But I think it's gonna hit this weird wavelength, okay, at some point where they're making. You know how in the late 90s models got kind of ugly? like there
it was like the fashionable thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like afro freckle black girl.
Yeah.
with was now a model.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna happen. They're gonna
Lots
start
of bald chicks.
Yeah, they're gonna start tailoring
The
shit
human,
like that.
the human oddity.
Exactly. Right. Not even an oddity. They're still pretty people, but they're just not models as far as the industry previous standard went.
The classic definition.
Yeah, but there's going to be people, probably the Pitt Jolies will fucking birth an afro freckle black girl like in a test tube.
They're the they should change their last name to Epcot, because they have the Epcot tribe.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
literally, like one baby from each continent.
Brad and Angelina Epcot. Yeah. Yeah,
They go
no.
drinking around the world. They just sit at their dinner table.
I do like that term though. I think I'm gonna start using that term, afro freckle black girl. I don't know where I'm gonna throw that in, but I'm gonna fucking find a spot, and I'm gonna do it. I came up with dude. I told you earlier today. I was on all of our news like things that I go to
Right.
for our stories,
Mm-hmm.
and I could find nothing interesting. Like looking up weird news. I mean, shit was interesting, but it was nothing that I felt we could delve into.
Well, let's hear what you got. You got
I had
one.
one.
So
I
let's
got
hear it.
one. I generally have
Let's
like 3
hear
or
it.
4. The UN is apparently urging people to eat insects.
Why is this?
Because they a lot of them are high in nutrients
Protein.
we need, and more surprisingly, after I read this, is that a lot of them have, that none of them apparently taste like chicken, but that whole adage of like, oh, it tastes like chicken, everything tastes like chicken, but they have
Because
very
the machines don't know what chicken actually tastes like.
familiar. Okay, so these are the 8 bugs you were supposed to eat if you were going to eat bugs.
Grubs.
No. not
Grubs
all.
aren't on the list? Come on, dude.
Hold on.
Gotta be
Every survival show I've ever seen are
mealworms.
grubs.
Mealworms has to be.
Yeah.
On
Hold on. You gentlemen have to settle down. I
there.
have
No,
a,
mealworms.
it's a big page here.
Grubs are grubs,
Grubs.
are technically mealworms. It's, I think,
But they're
I think it's
big.
at the same time.
Uh,
At least some.
grasshoppers, always.
Yeah.
You guys are breaking
Yeah,
my fucking
grasshoppers.
balls. I
Ants.
can't even get this page
Ants.
to load.
Always. There's
Ants
always
are on there,
ants.
yes.
Always
Yeah,
ants.
yeah, definitely.
Chocolate covered ants.
No. They just want you to eat ants
Scorpion
regular.
or
That's
scorpii.
not on. That's not on there.
How do you say the plural of scorpion?
Scorpions? There was a band
Okay.
called that in the 80s. Number 1. I don't know if this is in
Termites,
in
probably.
order. Number 1 is beetles.
Ugh.
Delicious.
Sounds crunchy, bro.
Hold on.
I don't think I can get past that.
Here's most of the bugs on this list are a little crunchy. I mean,
Cave spiders.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Have
they
you seen
say-
that? Remember that on Fear Factor?
oh yeah.
That show Fear Factor? They would get those cave spiders that look like fucking stormship troopers, like,
Yeah,
and they
gigantic.
hiss.
no, thank you.
They're like, eat this. You're like, and it was alive. It's like trying to fight.
You know, I was
off.
thinking about
It's
this today. The arc of fucking Joe Rogan's career is fucking incredible. Like who he was and is, and like
I actually have a lot of respect for him.
No,
now.
me
Exactly.
too. But he
Yeah.
went from stand-up comedian to basically never trying anything that of the show he fucking
Fuck
hosted.
no. You
And
know,
then-
I remember there was one episode where they had him do some of the stuff,
Yeah.
and he didn't do the eating thing, but he did some sort of swinging from a rope through like a wall
It's not
and
a
like jumping
thing,
off
though.
of a
Who
thing to grab a
cares?
rope. But he was down for it, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they make those people like they're not gonna let those people die. Like that's not okay. So he knows that's
Unfortunately,
okay.
because that would have been so entertaining.
Yeah, I know. But it's like they're not going to give them poisonous scorpions to eat. Like, good luck living. Like, if you make it through the multiple tongue stings from this tail, you win $1 million. That should have been always the last challenge. Like, something venomous. Like, bite the head off this copperhead snake. like it's Cottonhead Weber. Yeah.
Final round, kill or be killed.
Yeah,
Bum, bum, bum.
exactly.
Fear
It's
factor.
them naked fighting a bear
Yeah.
with like a jagged stone.
Or a giant bull with fucking metal horns, and they've got its balls taped up
Yeah.
or with a rope. And
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
pissed.
They're given
Have you
one
ever seen-
spear.
Have you ever seen that with bull riding? That's why bulls go fucking apeshit during
yeah,
bull
They
riding.
tape up their balls. Yeah.
That back strap around their hind legs and over their back, they pull their testicles up and go.
Well, that's what they do with the running of the
They cinch 'em,
bulls,
yeah.
and then they give everybody around like lawn darts to throw at them. So their balls not only are killing them, but they're getting lawn darts thrown into their
ridiculous.
heads.
God damn.
Yeah,
nuts.
and then everybody has to run away.
I'll tell you what, when you have kidney stones and you're trying to pass one, your balls hurt so fucking bad.
Oh,
I
can't
kind of
even-
imagine that's probably similar.
It's to me, it's like the running of the Hulks. Like if you got the Incredible Hulk, like
Super
and you just
pissed.
were stabbing them, and then everybody's like, "Run!" Like,
Here he comes!
yeah,
His balls are taped to his leg and he's pissed.
it doesn't sound fun
I mean,
at all.
I get it. It's tradition, but like, oh my god,
What
come
a
on.
dumb
Come
fucking
on,
tradition.
right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, I really feel like getting my ass pounded by a gigantic bull.
I
you
get it
know?
like on the level
No,
of
thank you.
I get it on the level of tradition and
Yeah.
the idea of entertainment and the fact that like an arena full of bullfighters and people sitting around, the draw to that is man versus beast because the bull can kill and does kill matadors.
Well, it's the NASCAR theory.
Regular, yeah.
It's the NASCAR hockey theory.
And
You
it's
want to see
completely-
something terrible happen.
Completely brutal. Like they're
Yeah.
on there like fucking ole as the thing runs by, and they have those fucking spears, and they try to put as many of them in the fucking bull's back before it like topples over.
The only
and then they
fucking
get
thing I
on
can
their
think
horse
about
and
right
they
now-
fucking stab it in the throat.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of pretty one-sided too. Like as far as bullfighting goes,
Yeah.
you know, I mean they like breed those things forward. Apparently, well, this is only what I've heard. I've never
No, it's
researched
true.
it, so I'm not really sure. But apparently, they keep them so they don't ever see a human like actually interact with the human
Oh, wow.
until the fight. So
Oh, shit.
because they learn really fast, they're like really smart.
Yeah.
See, this
So-
would be
so
way
they'll
cooler if
figure-
they
they'll figure
trained
stuff
them to
out.
fight humans, and we
Right,
train humans
right.
to fight
well,
bulls.
It would be a completely unfair advantage. The bull would dominate you every time.
That's
Like,
true.
I mean,
It wouldn't just like run at
Yeah.
the fucking cape. It would
Oh,
be like,
yeah, no,
oh,
about the cape.
fuck you, asshole.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be zigging and zagging and bobbing and weaving.
Well, I
all over
think
the
it should
place.
be a fair fight.
Did you guys see that episode of fucking Mythbusters where they tested the bull in China shop theory, where they let a fucking crazy bull run through a China shop?
No, but that's hilarious.
And the
They're
bull,
really running out of ideas.
dude,
so.
the goddamn the goddamn bull did not hit one thing. It was amazing its agility to run around through these aisles and not touch a goddamn thing because it was spooked by everything. So they were like, well, that's busted.
I love the like next on Mythbusters. When the shit hits the fan.
They did that too.
No, you're kidding.
I swear to God, you can YouTube it. When the shit hit the fan was definitely an episode, and they actually had a problem with that episode because they were trying to figure out what type of fan or size of fan, and then the material that was most like shit. That was like the hardest thing.
Why didn't they just do
Do shit
Yeah, well,
and risk hepatitis.
I think they none of the people wanted to stand
You
around.
get a blast shield or something. I mean,
Well, they didn't want. What they ended up doing is have a
Catapult
bunch of
flash?
cutouts of people, and then the fan that they used was fucking humongous. I don't know. It was crazy. And then they determined that the shit hitting the fan really doesn't do anything at all.
Hold
It's
on,
not
hold
like,
on.
You would think that it would like.
I got one.
but
I got
it doesn't.
one. Okay. On the next Mythbusters, we sit down 14 manic depressives and knock a carton of milk over. Do they cry? Eight out of 14 manic depressives do cry. So, myth
Confirmed.
confirmed. Yeah, exactly. It's so like they're really running out of ideas. Like I almost felt that way when they were doing Jaws.
The movie, or
I mean, it was cool.
the movie
as a-
series, or the Mythbusters episode
the-
on Jaws.
On Jaws, the one that they did on Jaws. I enjoyed it because I fucking god.
It's don't worry.
All right,
It's just
all right,
that's
all right.
on our headphones.
I told you he was gonna say that.
It was the,
God, my God.
it was the Shark Week one.
Okay, yeah,
and
okay.
they busted the Jaws myth with the
tank, the scuba
Wait,
tank.
in the
Didn't
mouth.
they, didn't they test
Yeah.
something about Speed too? Like the not Speed 2, the movie, but Speed
If you
also
could, if
the
you,
movie Speed.
if you could continuously keep it above 50 miles an hour
While
around-
hitting those water
and
barrels.
then having it jump, yeah, like they have. You know, I don't know.
Oh,
I
wait
kinda-
till
I
they
kinda
do
enjoyed it.
on the next Mythbusters. How easy is it to jump a shark?
Fonzie did it.
Well, if the Fonz did
the-
it in a
the-
leather jacket
the-
exactly.
and a
come on.
speedo,
The
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
irony of that, though.
yeah,
Like,
wouldn't that be great?
Oh Jesus.
Oh, we got to send that idea into him.
Now here's the depressing thing. I'm pretty sure during the break we can get on YouTube and find that they jumped the shark in one of their episodes.
Yeah.
They've pretty much covered fucking everything.
I mean, they can't exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like now it's
Have they touched their dicks together? Like,
Docking?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they've done a
No.
docking
what
episode.
happens? What happens when the two of them?
Touch dicks?
Yeah.
What happens when two straight guys touch dicks versus two gay guys touching dicks, and then one gay guy and one straight guy touch dicks?
while somebody fondles their prostate.
Well,
Same
now
boner.
you're up in the
Confirmed.
Yeah,
game. You're
so,
up in
yeah.
the game. That's milking the
You
prostate.
think Jamie's dick has a big ass mustache under it,
It's
like hanging from the bottom?
the pube,
top, dude. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah,
Like
the
river,
pubes
goes
dude.
over
the
the
pubes above it are definitely
Giant
handlebar
walrus.
mustache.
Yeah, yeah.
Walrus pubes.
Grayish.
While he's taking a piss,
Thick.
he mustache waxes it. He's like,
Oh god. Oh, it makes me want to. I am at a. I'm at a bad spot in my pubes, man. I
Ugh.
look at them and I'm like, oh fuck, you're as long as my dick.
is it getting crazy?
Yeah, and I just can't find the time to just get in there and weed whack.
Hey, what do you mean you can't find the time? You can
Just,
find
I
the time.
don't have the time.
Here's the thing: you can balance your day. You can give yourself a couple extra minutes by not jerking off one day, and then spending that time cleaning your shit up.
It's gonna take more than a couple minutes.
Well, I'm just saying.
I have to get in there. I have to edge.
Well,
I have
you-
to weed whack. I gotta
hire,
mow.
Hire a land
This-
service
I'm
crew.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to call some of these Mexicans that are out here. Be like, listen, I got some manscaping. They're like, landscaping, and I'm like, no, manscaping. You're gonna,
Oh, see, that's an extra $50.
yeah, Hermano-scaping, my friend.
They actually come in with weed whackers. They're like, okay, senor, drop your pants.
And I'm like, I call you, and I'm like, oh, Ernesto he is a magician.
What
He
a
is
craftsman.
good. Yes, he is.
An artisan.
He is
with
good
that
at his
machine.
job. We're not going to get to this bug story, are we?
We'll do it after the break. We'll do it
Alright.
after the break.
Alright.
Going into the first break, I'm not even really sure what I lined up for this, so we will find out here. in a
Mostly
second.
Sarah McLachlan and Ani DeFranco.
Oh, actually, the first one, all these bands are instrumentals. It's starting off with Russian Circles off the Enter album. This is Death Rides a Horse. You're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. We'll be right back after this.
symbol.
Always.
God damn it. Can't stop picking at this chair. This is why it's a piece of shit.
It's like a scab.
Dude, I just pick it.
Pick it till it bleeds.
And we are back with the second segment of Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. Once again, the telephone number is 920-CORRUPT or
920-267-78. 78.
once again, we
Fuck
have
Gotcha.
Cornhole Matt is sitting in with us tonight, and we're going to roll into
That's your
AJ's.
gay porn name.
That sounds so incriminating, man. Cornhole Matt. Oh my god, it's like my prison name for sure.
Exactly.
Don't fuck with Cornhole Matt.
We'll come up with something better than that. Just
No, it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, right. I mean, no, I hate it, so it's stuck. You know?
that's the rule.
Yeah,
That's the
pretty
rule in
much
radio.
that's the rule of nicknames in general. Man. You never have a cool one.
There was a kid in like elementary school
Yeah.
that for some reason I just started calling him Peanut, and he was a black kid.
Peanut?
Not that mattered.
Peanut?
But I just started calling him Peanut, which we have
better than
a very
eggplant.
endearing name for the girl that we work with at my store named
Okay.
Peanut. She's so cute and awesome.
Right.
But at the time, Peanut, he was smaller than the rest of us, and I was like, "Oh, you peanut head." Oh no, it was Peanut Head. That's what it was.
See, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, okay.
That's fucked up.
Called him
That's
Peanut
really,
Head.
that's really
and
fucked
that
up.
stuck
kinda
like
mean.
through middle school.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I felt
like
I feel
ruined that
bad in
kid's-
hindsight.
ruined that
All right,
kid's
I'm gonna
life,
get
huh?
to these bugs.
All right,
Can I
sorry,
just
let's get back to that.
fucking. I looked up something and I tried.
Let's do it.
The Beatles are the number one.
Ugh. Still think that's gross. Too much crunch,
The
right?
most commonly eaten are the Longhorned, June. This kind of freaks me out. Rhinoceros variety, right? And dung.
Dung beetles.
Dung.
Now, I would never want to eat something that it's primary,
Like objective in life is to play with shit?
Here's where I draw. It's a very fine line. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the dung beetle, primarily eats shit. So
Moves it with its hind legs.
It eats shit and it's born in shit.
okay, gross, right?
This dung beetle must have been hanging out with people that have eaten corn.
However, however, there are other animals that primarily eat shit, and we love them for it.
Lobsters.
Lobsters,
Gross.
crabs,
Gross.
Delicious.
crawfish.
Delicious.
I don't like crawfish.
You don't like crawfish?
You like
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to like every shelled sea
Oh,
living
dude,
mammal or
Come
animal
on,
in the world.
crawfish are goddamn
Oh,
delicious.
yeah. I mean, you like crab, right?
Yeah, I do.
Lobster.
I realized
they're
one
bottom
time-
feeders.
Yeah.
Well, and that's fine with me. It's not. It's not that I don't like the idea of crawfish. I just don't enjoy crawfish.
You know what I love is that
Fuck
the
you for
earliest,
judging me about
the,
it.
the
Here's
early
the thing.
early settlers that came to this country, they actually frowned upon lobster. They looked down on it as like the rat or the roach of the sea. It was like for the poor man. And now lobster's like a delicacy only reserved for the rich and the famous.
And that one person we don't name who orders it off the menu with a sweep of the hand.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, all right.
Hold on. Let me get this out real quick.
All right.
I liked lobster up until my wife and I went to the Boston Lobster Feast, and you have to like do it yourself.
Oh, but
And
that's part of the fun, man. They put that carb or that brown paper on the thing. They give you
Yeah,
a fucking
they show
hammer.
you how to do
They
it.
give you a hammer and they're like, dude, fucking go for it.
But I don't like that. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. That's very cathartic
I listen
and
to
amazing.
Slipknot while I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But at the same time, I don't like the gross part of lobster, and like most of it is a gross part. And when you get it from Red Lobster, it's beautiful
It's
and
cleaned,
It's
yeah.
got all the shit off
Yeah.
of it. I didn't like the idea of like I'm like, what is all this yellow on it? Like I don't
bile
like that.
from the stomach.
Yeah, gross.
You know what?
Now,
I always thought was really fucking gross is shrimp. You get like fucking 3 pounds of shrimp, but they're not deveined.
Yeah.
And it's that fucking shit track all the way down its back. And you gotta clean that out first. I'm not eating it.
Oh,
Fuck that. That shit has to be deveined.
No,
Are
I
you
don't
saying
even-
that?
Okay, I was gonna say. All right, you know how lobsters, crabs, they eat shit on
Shit,
the bottom.
they're
They
bottom
they
feeders.
literal shit. They eat nasty, the worst stuff, right?
Dead. Whatever dies.
Right, exactly. You think this might take a dark turn, but people who eat shit like absolute shit food all the time,
like shit.
Do you
Like-
think,
like
it
they're
would
eating-
taste delicious?
You think they would be fucking delicious?
Good
like,
point.
Oh my god!
Look at
like,
that chick.
like-
She has a steady diet of fucking ho-hos and milkshakes.
Yeah.
Oh, so tender.
Well, yeah.
The marbling in that.
Exactly. She'd be all marbled and
man.
Cut her up and let her age
I
for a
always-
couple weeks.
No,
throw
I
it in the
always-
crock pot, cook it slow, let it all fucking.
Slow.
I
and
think
low.
probably for a couple of reasons.
That would be
You like if you're playing Crashed Into the Mountain, you're looking at the fat dude. Well, I mean, not now, but at a time in your life, Corey, I'm eyeballing you, and I'm looking for the biggest rock I can find to smash your skull in with.
You're like, hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's gonna smash your fucking head in with a rock. Then we're gonna eat your ass for 3 days.
It goes for a couple. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We get enough food, and you probably were the least active, so you're like fat veal.
You're
You're like a giant baby deer.
You're like
or cow.
human Kobe beef.
Yeah, exactly.
Steady diet of massage and beer. Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like if I was at the point where I was gonna crash your head in, that then I would spend like a couple hours tenderizing that meat with the same rock, like really tenderize this shit.
So, what was the next insect on your fucking list?
Butterflies and moths.
Interesting. I don't think there would be
Oh,
much
hold on.
benefit to
Hold
that.
on. Let's
no?
go back
Yeah,
to the beetle
right.
for a second.
Kind of late.
Native Americans would roast beetles over coals and eat them like popcorn.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
yeah, they have more protein than most other insects. Butterflies and moths, they're full of protein and iron.
But I just feel like there's not enough of that. I
Yeah,
just
right.
kind of feel like the protein value you would get from that is like such a minuscule amount
Yeah.
that it wouldn't be worth hunting or collecting.
How many calories are you actually going to get out of that protein?
Out of
you
a
doesn't
butterfly?
mean that
When you
kind
run
of
around
thing.
chasing that motherfucker for like an hour trying to catch it. And then
Yeah,
you
dude.
get to eat it. And,
Yeah, they say they
Yeah.
actually eat the agave worms, which is what they put in tequila
Okay.
quite a bit.
Which is a mealworm, right?
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's a Mexican mealworm.
Number 3 are bees
I
and
just, said,
could be.
I just said it like I knew what the fuck I was talking about. I was like, it's a Mexican mealworm. And we're all like, yes, it is.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Yep.
we all
Yep.
agreed.
Yeah.
sounds
Moving on. Good job.
We'll go with it.
Bees and wasps are
See,
number 3.
too sketchy to try to catch them.
Well, there
I
are
hate them.
stingless bees that are most commonly munched, as it says here.
Did you know mud daubers don't sting like a wasp does?
No,
Really?
they're still scary as fuck.
Yeah,
They're the
they look
scariest
mad
ones.
They got the
Yeah.
longest thorax.
They're like the fucking Ferrari of flying insects. They're like they look exotic and fucking. You can hear them like flying around. I was like freaking out because I was at this job where they do they cut marble or whatever, but their warehouse is open and this fucking mud dauber's like flying all around my head. I'm like freaking out and they're like, haha, look at this pussy. Those things don't even sting. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It can
It's
pick me
such
up and take me away.
yeah.
Fucking thing. It needs a saddle.
Well, it's probably not going to be able to pick you
God.
up.
Thanks, guy.
So, a lot of the bees, they eat mostly the larva and the pupal. Pupal.
Pupil?
Pupa?
Well, it
Pupae?
says pupal.
Pupa. You gotta watch the peas.
Well, I know.
Popping peas.
Yeah.
Poppin' peas,
and they
poppin'
apparently-
pussy, poppin' pupil.
They apparently taste like peanuts or almonds. And wasps have a pine nutty flavor.
Now, when you're eating said bees,
That's what I say
and-
my
and-
cum tastes like is pine nutty.
a whole lot of
Gotcha,
wood.
guys.
A whole lot of wood. Here's my question though. So when you're eating a scorpion, right? You have to remove the stinger part off the tail, like
Right.
just that last little bulb. On a
Too
wasp,
much work already.
a wasp and or a bee, do you have to remove the back end where the stinger is?
I don't know about
before
the
you
wasps.
eat
They
it?
didn't say anything, and they were only talking about stingless bees.
I'd imagine you'd have to. I mean,
I would imagine you have to too. And the other thing that wigs me out
It's
about
like eating that Dorito that fucking cracks in the roof of your mouth.
yeah, it
Oh,
stabs
when you
ya.
buy that,
or
you take
or
that
just eating a meal with shattered teeth.
every meal for you.
Anyway, so back to the wasps. After you remove the stinger part, you're not left with much of the insect itself. You have the wings, and then the rest of it just seems real spiky.
I think you just need to take out the stinger itself. Just pull out that, and you got that whole nice little bubble butt full of.
Yeah, but I think the little
deliciousness.
bubble butt has the venom in it.
venom doesn't matter if you ingest it. It's only when it gets into your bloodstream. Like, so if you eat it, you're.
But if
you're
it goes in your
pretty
belly,
good.
it's gonna get.
No, not like directly. Like you can drink. You can drink like venom, and you're fine. Like rattlesnake venom.
That's real, man.
All right, that's our
Like
next.
you can do that.
Our next episode is you sitting here off some black market snake venom.
All right,
drinking
line
it.
up some shots. Sit down, man.
And I'm gonna
Down.
I'm gonna make you sign a waiver.
gotta
that
get some-
says, like these guys just wanted to film this. I said it was cool.
We've come up with your new nickname. It's Anaphylactic Matt.
Yeah, exactly.
I could be full of shit on that one, but I'm almost positive. Might as well Google it, right?
EpiPen Matt. Number 4 is ants. You
Okay.
guys were right, and
Yeah.
actually, you guys were kind of right about a couple of these. They said you're probably thinking that it takes a lot of ants to make a meal. True,
It does.
but they pack a punch. 100. By the way, this seems like a lot of fucking ants to eat. By the way, 100 grams of
Holy-
ants
That's a lot.
provide 14 grams of protein more than eggs.
Now you gotta stay away from certain ants, obviously, right? Like
Yeah,
fire
they're
ants.
saying red ants.
You stay away
Just-
from red ants.
No,
or
they're
you
saying
eat
100 grams of red ants.
I thought you were supposed to eat the black ants, not cutter ants, but like common black sugar ants.
The black sugar ants. Why? That would be all
because
the
they don't
glucose.
Yeah, but they don't
You
have diabetic coma. Here we
Yahoo
go.
Answers says snake venom is not usually fatal if ingested, but could at least make you ill if it gets into the bloodstream directly from your digestive system.
Okay, so,
So
if
if
you
you
have an
got a
ulcer,
hole, yeah, or
if
an
you have an
ulcer,
ulcer, yeah, or
Oh, I love the idea that you
Really-
have a cut on your asshole,
really
and
bad
you're shitting it
roids.
out, and it goes right in.
God.
you survive the
Dude,
whole
you
digestive
get
tract till it gets to your ass.
Necrosis of the old balloon knot.
Oh Jesus!
Good God.
Not
imagine-
fun.
My ass,
your
my
butthole.
asshole has rigor mortis.
Black sock porn.
Number 5
That's
is
like some sort of like zombie porn. Just
Yeah.
like going at dead asshole. Gross. Sorry, dude.
I mean,
Necrotic buttholes. Sounds like a pretty good grindcore band.
yeah. They're on 31G. Grasshoppers, crickets, and locusts are all
Yeah.
bunched together, and
Are gnats on there?
sort of. Hold on. They're a great protein source. The hoppers have a neutral flavor. Cricket,
Are you talking about grasshoppers?
yeah, I guess it would have to be. Or the crickets and the grasshoppers, the locusts. Meanwhile, locusts move in swarms that devastate vegetation in countries where people are already struggling to eat. One of several reasons they turn them into dinner. Gross. Number 6.
That's another Starship Troopers-esque bug. I wouldn't be able to get like past that. The way it looks.
Oh, the locust when they're still like
Yeah.
Oh, like when you find their
Yeah.
shell on the fucking wall.
Yeah.
What do they call them at that point? Aren't they like something else?
No, I think they're locusts.
No, we used to
Locust at
call
that
them
point.
something. Like when you found them on the tree or the wall, we used to have a name for them. I can't fucking think of
You're
it.
talking about it's shelled.
Yeah, when you
Shedded
found
shell?
the shell, yeah.
Okay, what was the other one in that group?
It was
Grasshoppers.
grasshoppers, crickets, and I told you about the time I was cutting down cutting down shit in my backyard with that chainsaw, and that giant katydid fucking grasshopper landed on my leg, and I almost chopped my own fucking leg off
Damn.
with the chainsaw. It landed, and I was just like chopping branches, and like I looked, and I was like, and like. I
Bro,
got
did
so
you-
close to like shredding my hamstring.
Have I ever told you the story where, all right, take this in consideration. Me, Big T, and Demore
Okay.
were trying to cut a tree down in Justin's backyard for his mom, who didn't want to pay to have the yard service people come and do it.
Okay. How old were we?
16 and stoned out of our minds
Cool. This is terrible.
with a giant fucking chainsaw.
I love the idea that you guys got high and drew a schematic. Like
Yeah.
we want to cut it this way,
Yeah.
and you have to
first-
cut it the opposite way.
First you have to like cut the big the limbs down, right?
well, yeah.
So for whatever reason,
Well, you don't have to.
it's me holding the ladder,
Well, that's a smart
Big
thing.
T on top of the ladder, And then Matt Damore was like on the ground waiting for
Oh,
it
he's
to
the
fall.
foreman.
Yeah, and then he was gonna pull it. He pulled it away, right? Well, T's up there on top of this ladder, and he's got his hand on the goddamn limb he's trying to cut down, and he's like leaning over, and the fucking branch lets go, and it comes swinging down. The thing probably weighed like 400 or 500 pounds. It's like a giant part of the tree,
Okay.
but the bark.
Right. Yeah. The tree.
It was like
itself.
spring,
I got you.
right? So like the skin of the tree, the branch broke and swung out and came back around. I got out of the way just in time to where it hit the ladder, knocked T off the ladder. The fucking chainsaw came down, almost hit me as I'm on the ground. I like rolled out of the way and the chainsaw was like into the ground, dude. It was like a perfect disaster of death. And
God.
somehow we all avoided it. But it like when it swung around and hit the ladder, T jumped off, and then the ladder went fucking flying, hit Damore. Damore's on the ground, dude, and we were all laying there like.
We put this in a script,
That was the end of our.
and we
Tree
put
cutting
it.
day.
This movie comes out next summer, and it's called Jean-Claude Van Damme in Swamp Loggers, and he just does splits getting away from chainsaws.
Oh shit.
So,
Is that it for the bugs or?
yeah, no,
It's gotta be a
I
couple
only
more.
have like 2 more.
Oh,
Okay.
Flies and mosquitoes.
No, see, there's another one where
Mosquitoes-
you'd have to collect so many.
Does that fall into the gnat category? Was that where you're like?
That's where I was like, almost, yeah.
Okay, because I heard something on another podcast. I
Okay.
don't remember which one, but apparently, like.
Yeah, we don't
certain
support
tribes-
other podcasts.
Yeah, fuck other
them.
podcasts.
No, I'm kidding.
Dude. I mean, come on, really, honestly, I don't, no. They'll take like a pan and put some kind of oil in it,
Okay.
and then wave it through the air. And
it
keep doing
tracks them?
until just through like clouds of like gnats and mosquitoes.
Oh.
and
Oh,
they collect them
that's
into the
called
oil.
a ghost.
Yeah.
ghost.
Yeah, they'll do that, and then they'll like compact it into like a burger, like a patty,
Like a
and then you got
patty?
a nice little gnat patty.
So what kind of paste do they use to
I don't
coat the
know.
pan?
I'm not sure. That's something, probably
I don't
some
know.
sugar based or.
But
may-
still,
you know.
that's pretty intense.
These are
right?
not as popular as some of the others, including edible termites and lice.
Hold on.
How do
hold
you
on, hold on,
how
hold
do
on,
you
hold on.
ever get enough lice?
Can we jump back to the mosquitoes real quick? How do you
make sure you're
Ha-
not getting hepatitis?
Yeah,
as
that-
much as I love to bring up hepatitis.
that or
Well-
malaria?
Well, depending on how you cook it, I'm sure it'll kill it at a certain
Oh,
temperature.
you would cook it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, with that burger thing, like you got to roast that.
Okay,
You know, in order
okay.
for it to stick together. Pretty
Okay,
well,
okay. I didn't. All right.
All right, I'm gonna skip number 7.
No,
'cause
what did you just say though?
hepatitis?
No lice?
Lice.
Lice. How do you
Whoa.
ever get enough lice?
No way. That's
Dude.
like chowing down on bed bugs.
Hey, you go to a porn set and make them shake out their pubes.
You just sprinkle it on your cereal like some sugar or a little, like a little fucking Splenda on top.
Actually,
of it.
yeah, you
Little
actually
rice.
just put the lice on top of your steak.
Did we talk about bed
salted.
bugs? Did we talk about bed bugs on the podcast that one time?
We have talked. I don't know if we've talked about bed bugs. I have a fear of bed bugs.
I don't know if we talked about it on
Mites
the
in
show or
general.
not, but there was this thing that I remember seeing about bed bugs and how like you can tell if you have bed bugs.
Yeah, they shit blood all over your wall.
Yeah, bro. A lot. If you have, I swear to God, if you have a bed,
Shit blood on your wall.
if you have a bed
That's
close to
incredible.
the wall, if you see a red hue along the wall where like the bed crusts down and the bed sheets kind of hang off the bed, that's them shitting the blood that they eat out of you while you're sleeping, and you'll get a red mist on your wall.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
I heard that
So
from.
disgusting.
I didn't even see that on TV. I was talking to an exterminator that's like,
Ugh.
dude, you walk into these houses, it looks like a murder scene. Like,
Did you know that there's a thing on the internet called the bed bug registry?
look at this fly. I'm gonna eat it.
Mid-show snack brought to you by this housefly. I think that's a mosquito.
No, that's a.
That's
fly.
totally a fly.
Did you get it?
I think so.
Yeah, we get it.
Did you guys see that
down.
video clip of
He's down.
President Obama snatching that fly out of the air? He's like in the mid interview and he's like talking and he's like watching out of the corner of his eyes like, and where I feel the economy could be better, and then he just like he's like looking at it, he's like, what we need to do is create more jobs, get more people back to work, lower taxes for the middle class. And he just like out of nowhere just snatches this fly and he turns his hand over and he's like,
Got it.
and just swept it off, and he just kept going, bro.
Dude, I would if I had seen that, I'd be like, I'm voting for everything he fucking says. New Holocaust, cool, let's do that. He caught a fly in the air.
The only way that could have been cooler if he was straight up chopstick that bastard. He was like,
God. I love that if he had chopsticks too. He like pulled them out and he's like, "This is the only way to catch a fly."
oh,
No, whatever, man. Obama's so cool. We'd just be sitting there fucking eating sushi.
Right, yeah.
Delivering his speech, just talking.
And then he tosses it over his shoulder, like,
Right.
and then goes back to his sushi.
as a President Obama.
I heard on Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry, these are a great source of poaching. Right. Obama will never hear anything we've ever done until we threaten to kill him.
I feel
we're flat
that our struggling lower class could learn to catch a mosquito at a rate where they could easily feed their family, and the common housefly is very easy to catch. Catches another one. Catches another one.
Now hold on. I just think that we could maybe put the welfare back on track if we just maybe gave them mosquito stamps. The last one is stink bugs.
Oh no. No. Nightmare of a fucking insect.
It's the skunk of the insect world.
Okay,
They
so
stink pretty bad.
I don't know.
I mean, it's in their name.
Here it is.
It was like a fucking plague
They have an apple flavor.
up north. No, bull fucking shit, dude.
Telling you, that's what I'm reading.
All right, well, they would where I was in Maryland, like literally houses were being swarmed by these stink bugs, like all around your windows, all around your doors, and they would find a way into your fucking house. And the shit kicker is, if you distress them in any way, shape, or form, they create that smell, and it doesn't go away. You get it on your hands or your clothes, dude. You can't wash it off. Like, it's just there. And then if you kill them, it fucking creates that smell. So you're like, you're
What do you
fucked.
do?
You try to catch them in like a cup and a piece of like a book.
You set your house on
You're
fire.
like, and like,
Set your house on
basically,
fire
yeah.
and walk away.
Napalm your fucking residence
You-
and walk away.
You
Catch
stage it.
In a book?
Yeah, like a cup and a book. You like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like scoop
smash
it.
them in a book.
No.
But it
Fuck
has
that.
to,
Fucked up booby
but it
trap,
has to be like chicken soup for the soul, like something you don't plan on reading again.
I was gonna say, yeah, like booby trapping books for people. Like, hey, check out chapter 3. It's really good. I swear. Oh yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
You're using your roommate's porn. He just
Yeah.
gets so pissed. He's like, "Oh, I'm trying to jerk off. The smell's killing the mood, bro.
What a great prank! You're just like all day that your roommate's at work, you're killing stink bugs with his favorite porno mag.
You're like, dude, this magazine stinks, man. What the fuck?
What did I do to this?
That's all those toxic nuts you've been dropping.
It's okay. All these CSs are catching up to me.
Oh god,
That's cum shots. CSs.
Yes.
I was thinking about Paul Reiser books for some reason. That's what I would use.
Paul, where the fuck is he at?
I haven't seen him in a while. He was in a lot of movies,
Yeah.
like early on, and he was in like serious roles of shit. He was always like an FBI agent or something before he got mad about you.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know who we're talking about? Do you know who Paul Reiser is? He was like a young Woody Allen in his fucking heyday.
I got you.
I mean, I'm saying like his character,
That's pretty
who he
generous.
was, who he was as a
okay.
character, like
Gotcha.
worried, like
I mean, I can't talk shit on Paul Reiser. I mean,
I can't.
You know,
I if I saw his face, I'm sure I'd recognize him.
oh, you know him. He's got Jew hair, like Jew curl hair.
That's the most fucking disrespectful thing you said ever on this show. No, it's
I'll
not.
show
It's
you.
not. But you know what's great?
It's really
You
not
know
even
what's great?
close to the most disrespectful thing I've said.
What's great about saying something disrespectful would be a great segment going into the third segment, because I have a story to tell you, and we can talk about that. So
Shit,
we're gonna take a break.
We still have to talk about God.
I know. What's gonna be an interesting third
What about
third
asteroids?
segment? We can do that too.
Yeah, we might have to go
let's
4
do it.
segments.
I've got music for 4. So
Okay.
Alright.
whatever we're gonna do, we'll do. This is All Shall Float by my favorite band, Junius, and this is off the album Reports from the Thresholds of Death. You're listening to Corey
What's
and
after that?
AJ's
What's after that?
A Different City by Modest Mouse off the Moon in Antarctica
Deluxe
album.
edition, right?
Yeah. And then Every Place is a House by Maps and Atlases. This is Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry. We will be right back.
You can't explain why you're you forgot me. I'm gonna look out the window of my color TV. Through the cracks in the wall, slow motion crawl, drip out of the bar, so it's fun to nothing at all. I'm watching TV, I guess that's the solution. They gave me a receipt that I can find nothing. So rush to the fire, and our blood oxidizes. My eyes roll around on the car. Oh, here and there, it's the DSoW man, standing upside down and talking out of his head. I wanna live in the city with no friends and family. I'm gonna look out the window of my color TV. I'm gonna remember to forget you forgot me. I'm gonna look out the window of my color TV. Through the cracks in the wall, slow motion for all, drip out of the bar, 6 months and nothing at all. I'm watching TV, I guess that's the solution. They gave me a receipt that I can find nothing. So rush to the fire, and our blood oxidizes. My eyes roll around on the car. Oh,
good steak. I ate a steak right before you showed up.
Was it grass fed?
I don't know. No, probably not. It was Ruby Tuesdays.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah. But there was 3 shrimp in there that didn't have the poop inside. So
Oh,
plus,
shit free shrimp.
yeah. I think I just had a stroke
Did you?
over this music.
I love it.
Who is it?
Maps and atlases.
Pretty good. It's like minus the bear meets like Haven.
And welcome back to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry, rolling into the third segment. Thanks for sticking in there with us, guys. Once again, the telephone number is 920-CORRUPTOR.
920-267-7878. 78.
Siete ocho.
Yeah. I want to say it in Spanish next time.
Siete ocho.
Yeah.
Siete ocho.
I had a story I wanted to tell you to see how you felt about it,
Okay.
because I think it's fucking incredibly unjust for this individual. Okay,
All right.
we've got a 19-year-old kid
Uh-huh.
who's into playing RPG.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, there's some new RPG, something about Legends of Fighting or something. Or
Oh, Project X on the 3DS.
Okay.
Yes.
well, it's some sort of internet role-playing game, and these.
Oh, well, maybe not.
It,
no.
I don't know.
No, maybe it's not that.
It's
then.
I think it's a PC game, and
Yeah,
it's
never
much
mind.
like World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Anyways, so they post the results automatically on your Facebook account, right? And like your Candy Crush game or whatever.
I'm done.
Okay.
I deleted that, by the way.
Okay. So the results of the game or whatever pop up on this dude's wall, I guess, and then one of the guys he was playing against starts commenting, and he starts a thread, and they're going at each other back and forth, and he's like, "You're fucking crazy, you're out of your mind," talking about the kid who posted the
Got an
results.
awesome score.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's like, "I'm not out of my mind, you fucking asshole," blah, 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 back and forth. He's like, "Well, if I was out of my mind, sure, I'll fucking go to a school and fucking shoot all the kids and eat their fucking still beating hearts before they die." And then there's like the next one down is LOL. The next comment down is JK, right?
Okay.
So this mom is monitoring her son's fucking Facebook.
Oh, Lord.
And sees this thread, calls the fucking police, and reports this thread.
Right.
The cops come to this 19-year-old kid's house, fucking arrest him. He goes to jail. The judge for the case sentences it. Are you ready for the sentence? $11,000 in fines and 8 years in prison.
Holy shit.
8 fucking years in prison for a Facebook comment that was a fucking sarcastic joke.
Well, my initial reaction, real quick, is earlier I said something about killing the president. So you're going to have to edit that. And then this
Immediately.
also out.
Right. Yeah.
Because even though it was satire, you have just freaked me out. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're fucking flagged.
Bro.
And
Dude, I want to delete my Twitter now.
yeah, they're going to say...
Because think about the shit we say to each other back and forth on social media.
We say the
It's-
worst shit ever.
It's the
I
most-
also said something about a Holocaust earlier.
Yeah.
If Obama caught a fly, I'd say, "Oh, you want to start a new Holocaust? Cool.
I'm in.
Fuck.
Dude, just imagine the tragedies that are going to happen when Google Glasses
Oh.
come about and someone forgets to turn them off and puts them down on the table. And, it records 4 hours
Now
of some
here's
party.
the flip side of
Or,
this.
yeah,
Okay.
you know.
like them jerking off to racist
Oh,
porn.
yeah. Exactly. Like, who knows?
Yeah,
I mean,
Now here's the flip side to this.
Jimmy Edwards is a new fucking. He's his own militia because he jerked off to some white guy calling a black girl a DN bomb.
So here,
that immediately gets uploaded to YouTube.
here's the flip side that's going to blow your mind, okay? So this kid makes a sarcastic comment. They throw him in jail for 8 years. Now, they are appealing it, and they're trying to get the kid out because it's total satire. It was a joke.
Civil
you read the whole
Liberties
thing,
Union and fucking...
and whatever happened to freedom of speech.
Exactly.
It's just a fucking joke. Now, here's the deal. The flip side to this is this fucking 5th grader, okay, who suffers from mental problems, moods, or fucking bipolarism and things of that nature.
Bipolarity?
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just
I like
thinking
that.
about
That
magnets.
sounds nice.
Yeah. Once again,
Bipolarity.
it's one of the situations where like, oh yeah,
Yeah, that sounds good.
We're all on board. Okay,
Fantastic.
bipolarity. Good, great.
Go for it. Yeah.
This fifth grader has like mental, emotional issues. He goes out into the woods, doesn't go to school this day, goes out into the woods and starts sharpening sticks. Okay, shows up, walks into the front office, shirtless, covered in his own blood from running around in the woods all day, holding 2 sharp sticks. Then he starts punching and slashing at the walls, screaming, I need a gun. I want to kill everybody. I need to fucking kill myself. I will kill everyone in this office. And he's like punching holes in the wall. They call the police. The police come and detain him, but they don't press charges or do anything of the nature. They don't take him to jail.
Well, I don't think they should. I also don't think they should press charges in this case. This kid has something else going on.
Right. But here's the crazy thing. They allow the kid to come back to school the next day.
Right. And he shows up and he's the quiet kid again.
Right. Now, we have this kid who's allowed to come back to school the next day versus a fucking 19-year-old who's in jail for fucking 8 years. And I don't even know where they came up with that number. Where do you even come up with that fucking figure?
No, it's first of all, I mean, the ethics in general. I mean, not to get too serious because I try not to do that often here, you know. But the judge that sees a 15-year-old speaking on Facebook, that judge is clearly past his prime as a judge.
Think so?
Clearly. Oh, no,
Or
clearly.
do you think they're hyper sensitive in the post Sandy Hook era that we live in today, where you can't say like keywords?
Well, I would say
post 9/11,
it's a
post
post-Columbine.
Sandy Hook, post Columbine.
Yeah, when it comes to this shit.
I mean, that's really messed up too. I mean, 15-year-old dude, how much
Dude,
much
I'm
messed up. How much
30.
messed up stuff did you say when you were 15?
I don't
Like,
want anyone to ever know the
Dude,
shit
like-
that we would talk about. Like we call it
Yeah.
dead man's table.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
when
we
I talk
say,
to Corey, sometimes I'm like, okay, we don't talk about this on the show. We never mention this again.
Right?
Dead man's table.
and the things that we would utter
No, we
to
just
each other.
we just got CIA fucking blacklisted for calling it dead man's table.
And then, dude, no, but on top of all that, like, dude, 15? You said 8 years?
8 years,
Dude,
bro.
that's like prime development.
Yes.
I mean, not necessarily like. Well, I mean, just in general, it is. I mean, you know, I mean, that's
where
high
you
school. That's
figure out-
college,
well,
dude.
that's where you figure out who you are. Those 8
and
years.
how
Exactly,
do you throw this
exactly.
teenager in jail for 8 years, and then you have fucking recognizable comedians saying the most ridiculous shit on stage as satire?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And
on-
how is
on
that fucking-
Twitter?
and
on-
they're-
look at Twitter. I mean, that's documented forever. I mean, it's you know,
No, it's
same thing. I mean,
It's oversensitive mothers from a generation just before ours
Yeah.
that are they kind of grew up in a weird time, like they were like 16 in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're overly sensitive. They've been beaten by the world. I
Right.
think a lot of these parents of kids that are 15, 16 now have been bested by the internet and bested by the things that they had that weird crossover into. Like, we kind of eased into this, you know, you and I and you have eased into this world of violence that we're in. I mean, you know, with Oklahoma City
I
bombing.
mean, it's almost to the point
and
where we're
further-
desensitized.
Yeah.
Well,
to
yeah,
it.
but at the
Like,
same
we
time,
see it on the news and we don't even show emotion.
yeah, that, and then like the connectivity of the internet. I mean,
Yeah, everything's instant. Everything is at your fingertips.
You remember your buddy list? Oh, AOL, dude. How long have you been saying ridiculous shit on the internet?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, like
Yeah,
chat
You're
rooms.
talking
back
about
in the
me.
day, dude.
I was
Come
the
on.
first person most of my friends knew on the internet.
yeah,
with AOL chat rooms.
Dude, chat bombs and stuff. The little water drop
Ma-
sound. Like load that up and
Oh,
copy,
Magenta,
paste, and
Magenta, the hack
drop that in the
program.
room and bolt.
Yeah, and
Yeah, come on.
dude, no, it's fucking ridiculous because
Hold on, he was so into that he still types to this day. If you see a Facebook post about our show, if I write it, you can tell the difference between me and AJ's because he doesn't use punctuation. And he doesn't capitalize anything. He speed
I use
types.
punctuation, but
He's
I
like-
don't capitalize anything. he will spell everything wrong, but it'll all be capitalized.
It'll look right.
and it'll look correct until further examination.
All I was getting at with that was like, I mean, it's just a disconnection between generations. I mean, we grew up with it. We're used to it. That judge, like you were saying, he's past his prime. He's definitely like out of his element.
He's of
at
the
this
old
point.
school, and he has no idea.
Exactly.
And nobody, I mean, think about, even in the 80s, right? Probably parents, like the cool parent that gave kids beer, right? And they were like,
MTV. And
yeah, they were like 15 and they were watching Family Ties,
Right.
and like she was giving the kids beer,
Yeah.
right? And
The
they were probably
sleepover.
saying like,
The sleepover.
oh, Reagan, I hope he chokes on a fucking jelly bean, right? And like they're not gonna fucking call, but now it's out there,
Yeah.
and now she has proof,
Yeah.
and she can call and report a 15-year-old. Do you know the things I've said to people?
I think
Corey?
the kid was 19, but it doesn't matter.
regardless
Age,
of
yeah.
how fucking
Yeah.
old he was.
Yeah.
And he literally put LOL,
LOL,
JK.
JK, yeah.
So in that
Satire,
sense,
yeah.
and I also am a big fan of satire in that you don't put LOL, JK.
Right.
Like,
If you don't get it that it's a joke,
Yeah.
fuck you idiot. Yeah.
I mean, I just, like I said, that judge is past his
It
prime.
made me sick to my stomach when I heard this because it's totally unfair.
No, it's weird because as progressive of a community online as we have become, it has also become a minefield.
Yeah.
Because there's certain places you can go and speak freely, and then there's other places, and you can actually say that Facebook is that self-fulfilling contradiction.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you can go on there and talk, but if you get seen by the wrong person, I follow a page. Check this out. This is weird. I follow a page called the Beautiful and the Grotesque.
Okay.
Right? And it's an art page, and it posts artwork from artists that basically, in layman's terms, would be like
Counterculture.
something that like Marilyn Manson would paint.
Okay.
Basically, okay? And it's always
Have
like,
you seen his paintings, by the way?
No,
They're
no, I have.
impressive.
I have.
He's a legitimate artist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but it's
you know,
always that,
even if you
that-
don't like
that
his music.
grotesque and macabre. Like, it's,
Is it the Chupacabra?
no,
Sorry.
macabre.
Chupacabra.
That's him, Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
His last name is Shuba. We haven't
Chuba and
covered
Chupa are only off by like one letter.
that. Yeah.
So
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah.
It took you a second. You're like, it's just one letter.
It's one letter.
Just a letter. Okay. But they've been banned by Facebook 3 fucking times because they were posting quote unquote nudes, but it was all fucking artwork.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even photos.
I hate that.
It's like the David.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like any Greek statue ever.
You're really still offended by the David? Come on.
Yeah, like you're.
Yeah, I've seen that
every
dick more times than I've seen my own, I bet.
Yeah, like
really?
the fact that there's a dick,
Come on.
and I guess he's missing arms. Like, oh well, he's not, but most
but
of the
a lot
other
of them are.
Greek,
Yeah.
It's like, come on, that's not even anatomically correct.
yeah, exactly. So,
Crying about
like,
that.
You know, it's funny. Like a lot of the women's statues are missing arms, but you don't even notice
you're
because they got sweet tits.
Exactly. You're just staring at the boobs.
Good rack. You don't even notice.
let's start a Facebook page of. I guess we'd have to do it on another outlet. It would be better, like a Tumblr of David's dick every day. Just every day on your feed is David's dick.
Different angles, close-ups.
Yeah,
That could be our next show. Our
Just-
next podcast. Just call it David's Dick.
David's dick. And it's just us talking about what we think about it.
You know
like-
what? It would just be like our own. It'd just be like Degenerate School of Wizardry. We would just never talk about dick. It would just be called that.
Oh yeah.
David's
yeah. Oh, by the way, fucking. I was listening to the Nerdist today. I'm sorry, I just got so
got really excited. We're both like, what?
No,
What-
no.
what-
I was
happened,
listening
boy?
to the
What is it?
Nerdist today, and I'll tell you when it was from, when
Okay.
they fucking actually posted it. But I think that they basically made a joke that is our show.
Oh, really?
Yes. Hold on. They were talking to Seth Green, okay? And it was posted May 2nd, 2012.
Okay.
When did we start? Oh, fuck,
November.
November. So they would think we stole it from them.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Yeah.
We didn't
But
even-
they were talking about fucking whether it was Seth Green and Chris Hardwick, obviously, and they were talking about Ravenclaw and Gryffindor.
Okay.
And they were like, "Oh, I want to be a part of. I would probably want to be more a part of Ravenclaw. It's all the fucking goth kids that listen to Depeche Mode," is
Right.
what they were saying. And then they were like, "Oh, they're probably all doing spells, putting ecstasy on their tongues."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's the whole idea behind the name of our show." And fucking hey, they called it before we ever could create it.
Corey's weird daydream driving around.
Exactly.
That's how we came up with, or I don't know. I was thinking about Harry Potter, and I was thinking about if I went to Hogwarts, and I was thinking about what.
I'm
did
glad
they
this is
do with-
finally coming out. By the way, hold on.
Yeah.
For everybody that is or may be listening eventually, I have tried to get Corey to talk about this, and he has denied it
I wouldn't
so
do
many
it.
fucking times. But the fact that I brought it up, that somebody else in the world had this thought,
I have to.
he feels fucking validated.
So there I am, just driving around and doing my normal work day in between stops, and I'm just daydreaming about being a wizard at Hogwarts, which is probably the lamest thing I'll ever say in my life. So I was also thinking about how these kids get to the age where they're like in high school and graduating the academy, and how awesome it would be to party with these kids, because anything you would ever want to do, you could just do a spell to create any kind of drug or any kind of alcohol or whatever to like facilitate for the party. And then I was thinking, well, obviously they wouldn't teach you such things in Hogwarts. You would have to go to some other school. It would be like a bartending school,
On
but
the mean
for,
streets
like, yeah,
of Hogwarts.
like some sort of like
learn in a back alley.
like
alley.
some sort of degenerate fucking teaching school where you would learn how to do spells of the illegal nature. And then that's how Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry was fucking
So
thought up.
there it is. It didn't
Yeah.
come out till episode 27, but
So you're the riffraff of Hogwarts.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
coaxed him out of it finally.
So that's that was the that idea.
But I couldn't believe.
Which and that has not, we don't, it doesn't mean anything. Like, it was a daydream. It doesn't have anything to do with our show. We don't talk, like,
We wanted to, in the first
Just look for a
episode, talk
name.
to a black wizard.
that was our goal.
There's
He
one.
does exist.
He's
Really?
he's in New York. You can look him up on YouTube.
There's only one.
And, well, in
Oh.
fact,
There's-
AJ,
I mean, there's got to be more than
Well,
one.
yeah, but-
Come on.
well, AJ actually
Corresponded with him.
corresponded with via text message or
Okay, so this is
no,
how I
it's
found
Facebook.
him.
Facebook.
Does he wear the whole garb and
Oh,
everything?
yeah, all day,
yeah.
every day.
Before
All
we
day, every
started
day.
the show, I was really into like trying to catch up on all the Triumph the Comic Insult Dog videos. I don't know why. It was like 2 weeks.
Why?
Because
He actually likes to masturbate to them. It's like a fetish.
Robert
Hand puppets,
Smigel
yeah.
is, as far as comedy, yeah, I do want to masturbate to him because Robert Smigel is the funniest fucking person on this planet.
Okay.
And the fact that he can go to an event like Star Wars Episode 2, like line, where people are waiting to see it, and literally say shit like, oh, you're pregnant. Oh, how are you going to explain to him how he's going to be a virgin for the rest of his life? And like, and just break these. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's talking to all these Star Wars nerds, and this black wizard shows up in New York City and is eating a fillet of fish from McDonald's, right? And basically, Triumph breaks his balls about eating a fillet of fish. Like, you're not a fucking wizard. And the guy speaks very...
He
speaks very regally. And
Yeah.
he like, yeah. And I was like...
Yes, I am a wizard.
And I had so many aspirations of us talking to this guy on our first podcast, because my idea was we get the fucking wizard thing
out of the way.
Just clear the air.
Never talk
this
about it
is our
again.
wizard. Never again do we have this conversation. But I fucking emailed him, and he emailed me back, and he was like, thou dost not have a phone.
Yeah, swear to God. That would
He couldn't
have
just conjure one up out of his
exactly.
out of his cauldron. Just
Worst wizard ever. He's like,
New
I
tie
have to find a payphone,
Yeah,
and I
and then
don't have a calling card. You
then I
would
was-
have to provide that. It's like, oh god, no.
And then I was
Fuck
trying to
you,
talk
guy.
my most worried friend that I've ever known ever into traipsing across New York City at 10 o'clock at night
With a cell phone.
with her
To-
cell phone
to find this homeless
to
wizard
talk to a black wizard. And she's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
who clearly does not have any mental issues whatsoever.
Oh, no.
He's completely stable.
now
totally.
I'm calling the
Upstanding citizen.
Now I'm calling the other 3 or 4 people
He's
that
on
I
city
know in New
council.
York to get them to find the black wizard.
And they're like,
"Fuck
AJ,
no."
are you drunk?
Yeah.
He's
And I'm
like,
like,
"Now find the wizard. It's
No,
a black
I
wizard.
am drunk, but this is a good idea. This idea held up until I got drunk.
We're trying to do a show here, motherfuckers.
I think you should keep it completely separate. Don't even.
Well,
bother
now, at this
tagging-
point,
yeah,
we're
t-
too-
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
too deep.
I
Too
mean,
deep.
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our show has
I
nothing
Keep
to
it to
do
your
with
Harry
wizards.
Potter jerk off fantasies and you know.
I don't know, man. Fucking fucking
Huffle-
Hermione. What's her
Hufflepuff.
name? Emma Watts.
I'm sorry,
Holla.
but
Emma
Hermione,
Watts is
Holla.
fucking hot, dude.
Hermione
she
is
may
a
be the
little close to the word hymen, isn't
dude.
it?
Yeah, but
That's fine.
I
I think
break
actually-
the shit out of that motherfucker.
Right?
Actually, I think you can pull the word hymen out of the name Hermione.
Probably.
Hermione. Her
Hermione.
Hermione.
Her, I'd rather put it in her
Her
hiney.
Dude, but Emma Watson, bro, on the real, she is probably the hottest fucking actress going
I heard.
right now.
I know you saw that movie, but I heard in This Is the End that like people were fucking blown away by her cursing and just
so
her getting
fucking
crazy.
awesome. Dude.
Whatever. Look at it, that's the Macaulay Culkin thing with The Good Son. Like he did Home Alone and then put
Yeah.
out The Good Son and he's chucking people off of bridges.
Oh,
and
That was a
fucking
good fucking
interstates.
movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie
With
and
Elijah-
everybody blew
Elijah
it off. They're
Wood's
like,
in
"Oh
that?
my god, I can't believe Macaulay
Yeah.
Culkin's doing this.
And
This
the
is so
fucking
terrible."
The,
It's like,
the ending
come
of that
on,
movie's
really?
badass because
No,
she's
that
got
movie
both
was sick,
kids.
dude. Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's got fucking what was his name?
I don't think
I just said
ever saw
his.
The Good
I just
Son.
I just
I know
said
a
it.
girl that was in The Good Son. She went to her middle school.
Oh,
Really?
Abby Carpenter was in it. Her
oh, no
mom
shit.
was like a producer in it, so she's got a thing. Yeah.
So the-
Elijah Wood, right?
Elijah
That's what he
Wood
said.
and Macaulay Culkin at the end, and she's got them both.
Yeah.
And she, fucking Macaulay Culkin's making Elijah Wood look like the bad kid, but Macaulay Culkin's like killing people.
Right.
And she's got them both, and she's like trying to figure out
And
which one she
Elijah
said.
Wood's
And she's
like, I just look weird.
he's like, I love you, mom. And then that's what Macaulay Culkin's saying to her. And she's like, starts crying, but then she's just like, and lets him go. And he's like, off the cliff. It's a sick ending.
He's
It's
like,
really good.
suck my dick.
He's falling back, and he's like this.
I love it. I
I
love
can't
it.
believe you just ruined the ending of that movie, man.
Ah, fuck
what if
it.
somebody
That
hasn't
mo-
seen it?
Spoiler alert.
20-year spoiler alert.
1992. Come on. Holy shit.
Do you think that
Here's
that's
some- hold on.
why Elijah Wood eventually took that role in Sin City? Because he was like, I'm so fucking sick of being fucking wholesome blue-eyed
Yeah,
boy.
right.
Yeah, I want to be the sick,
Like,
twisted motherfucker.
I'm gonna have white eyes with glasses.
Yeah.
and,
He's like,
eat
fuck
people.
Hey, fuck you. I'm not doing the
I'm gonna
sequel
put
to-
trophy heads.
I'm not
on.
doing the sequel to Flipper. I'm gonna go cut some motherfucker up.
You know what made me feel extremely old the other day? But then it kind of makes sense if you think about it. The fucking Olsen twins turned 27 years old.
Wow.
27.
27.
Mind blowing, right? I couldn't believe it.
I thought they were way younger than
I'm
us.
You know why?
I'm
It's
officially
because-
not interested anymore.
Yeah, right.
That
Now
took all the wind
You
out of their
can't-
sails.
now you're-
27.
Now you're flagged.
We're all going down together.
Sorry.
So
edit that.
they turned 27, but it makes sense because when those episodes first aired, we were all pretty young.
How old are you?
31.
Okay.
We were the same age. Did you just turn 31 this year?
Yeah.
I am the fucking baby for
Baby.
once.
Baby face.
I love it.
But when those episodes ran for the first time, we were all pretty young. It's just that they played those reruns for fucking
Syndicated
10
like crazy,
years.
yeah.
So for the next 10 years, we were seeing them as babies over and over and over and over again.
That
But they were
was
growing
probably
up.
like the first like super syndicated show, right? Like the first of the
I'd say
massively.
I don't know.
No.
I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
saying, but that
MASH
shit didn't happen
and
until later.
MASH was huge for a long time, and so was
Yeah, but that was all. but
the
that was
Brady
all-
Bunch. The Brady Bunch was syndicated for forever.
But wasn't all that shit Nick at Night that did that? I mean, this was a show that came out and then.
Dude, I Love Lucy and all that's like
I think
antenna TV, like rabbit ear stuff.
You
dude.
know, I actually I do think you have a point, because the other shows that were syndicated played late night, and their syndication played during prime time.
Yeah,
So I
like
think you're
what we
right.
know now of syndication, like the
Right.
shit that's going on with like How I Met Your Mother is on like 5 different channels at
Oh,
7 o'clock.
fucking what's
Family Guy.
no, what's the smart one, the nerdy one?
Oh, Big
Big
Bang
Bang
Theory.
Yeah, that's on like 5 different channels. It's
Yeah.
in Spanish. Yeah,
But they were like the first before like Friends. Friends was on
for forever.
like every fucking channel.
And Seinfeld.
At 7 o'clock.
Cosby Show.
Yes.
Okay, Cosby
Show
too,
was,
man.
Was
Yeah.
all over. It was on Fox initially, and then like it.
I guess
Sein-
Cosby Show
went
would be the
everywhere.
first one.
I think Seinfeld
Probably.
too was
Yeah.
I think the main primetime rerun,
Yeah.
because they were showing new episodes of Seinfeld going up against rerun versions of Seinfeld on like the WB.
Have we all seen? I just have to know if this is a universal thing. Have we all seen the Cosby Show episode where he eats the sandwich and then meets the Muppets?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, totally, dude. That one, or when is that the same one where they're giving birth? All the guys are giving birth,
Yes, and he pulls the sandwich out.
He pulls a sandwich out, or he pulls a boat out.
What is he,
dude, a
fucking
couple
tripping?
liters. Dude, he pulls like
No,
a fucking
it's
6 foot
basically
sandwich.
just him eating. He ate a fucking sandwich because
Yeah.
the whole like
And he
there was like
tripped?
a whole.
Well, he ate a
He
hoagie.
had a dream. He went to
Yeah.
sleep.
Okay.
And then he
Yeah,
meets the Muppets, and there's like a Muppet
He got the
sandwich, and then he's like giving birth
To a
Th-
sandwich.
Well, Theo is giving birth or something.
No, it's him.
What's the husband's
Alvin,
name?
Alvin.
Yeah.
The one dude that's in the Navy. I don't know if Theo's in it or not, but I know when Cliff, when Mr. Huxtable, when Bill Cosby gives birth, they pull like a 6 foot hoagie out of
That
him,
man
and
knows-
then like 2
that
liters,
man knows how to party.
and then like 2 liters of orange soda fall out like after
It should have
that.
been. It should have been
so racist.
Dude, it should have been grape
Yeah,
soda and a
right?
watermelon.
Oh my God,
No.
dude.
He would have birthed the watermelon. Oh, that would have been awesome.
That's like a whole. That's like a whole last 15 minutes of a show.
He's
He's
like-
like
He's like, he's eating fried chicken, giving birth to a watermelon,
Hold on.
and pissing grape soda.
you have to calm down.
I'm sorry.
The Huxtables were a
No,
little
no,
classier.
no, no. The
than that.
afterbirth. The afterbirth is grape soda.
the placenta fluid.
Oh man.
All right, so we have a topic to roll into a fourth segment if you want to do that tonight, because we're coming up
We
on
have
a break.
2
Wow.
topics
Yeah,
for
we
the
have-
fourth
okay,
segment.
cool.
This is
I don't think we
crazy.
talked about anything legitimate this time around. We just kind of
We covered a couple things.
No,
Yeah.
it's just funny. This is
hey.
when things go well. This
Yeah,
is
right.
how it's. This is what we
the idea.
dreamed this show was.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the next song going into this third break is Grapevine Fires by Death Cab from Cutie. And after that,
It's not necrotic buttholes.
Death
No.
Cab for
Aw.
Cutie.
what did I say?
Death Cab from Cutie.
Put Cutie in a death cab.
I like that she called it for you. Like, get this piece of shit out of my house.
It's happened in my life a couple of times. And I'm like the fucking broke asshole. I'm like, I don't have cab fare. She's like, here, it's $20, leave.
Just get out.
Yeah.
God.
Puked on me last night, you gross son of a bitch.
You smell
Anyways,
like stink bug. Dung beetle. What have you been eating?
why does your ejaculate taste like wasps? All right, guys, we'll be right back after this. You're listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry.
When the wind picked up, the fire spread, and the grapevine scene left for dead. And the northern sky looked like the end of days, the end of days. The wake-up call to a rented room sounded like an alarm of impending doom, to warn us it's only a matter of time before we all. and some paper cups near your daughter's school, and we picked her up and drove to a cemetery on a hill, on a hill. We watched the plumes paint the sky gray as she laughed and danced through the field of graves, and there I knew it would be alright, that everything would be alright, would be alright, would be alright, would be alright. And the news reports on the radio said it was getting worse as the ocean air fanned the flames. But I couldn't think of anywhere I would have rather been to watch it all burn away. To burn away. The firemen worked in double shifts with prayers for rain on their lips. And they knew it was only a matter of time.
For the love I'd fallen on in the swampy August dawn. What a mischief you would bring, young darling, when the onus is not all your own, when you're up for it before you've grown. Whoa, whoa. From the phone forever gone, and the towers are honeycomb, I'd have tore your hair up just to come back, darling. When you're filling out your own phone, can you tell it it's just ceremony? Now you're ready up to watch it from. Whoa, whoa. fables. I'm with Hayden. For the love comes to burn you from the liver swelling to your tongue. Well, you're standing on my sternum. Don't you climb that door. All the sermons are the first to end. Smoke on Sundays when you're drunk and careless. Out the hollows where the swallow lives. Whoa, whoa.
Okay, so welcome back to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry, rolling into a fourth segment, which we haven't done in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But we have content, so fuck it, we're going to keep going. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Once again, the telephone number is 920-CORRUPT or...
920-267-7878.
And if you'd like to call in and fucking, jump into the
Anybody,
conversation,
really, if you're out there,
more than
it'd be
welcome.
Awesome.
But anyways, so...
this podcast is a lot like nobody can hear you scream in space. Like
if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, it doesn't make a sound.
What's the
Yeah.
sound of one hand clapping?
Yeah,
Right
exactly.
here.
Yeah. Oh,
Listen
good.
up.
It's good. It's actually the sound of one hand clapping is me jerking off with my left hand dry.
Oh god, that was a topic of conversation last week. How AJ masturbates dry.
You raw dogs.
He raw dogs his own dick with no lubricant whatsoever. I don't. Yeah,
So much less cleanup.
you're just
Yeah, let's
you're
clean up. You get a better grip.
beating your dick too hard, dude.
No, not necessarily. You gotta have,
I'm trying to. I tried early on to figure out the most efficient way, which was left-handed, so I could use the VCR remote. No, right-handed. No, left-handed jerking off, so right hand could dexterously
Use the mouse.
the VCR remote and the mouse.
So you can look at really bad photos of porn on a dial-up, which would
Right.
take like 5 minutes just to get the picture to load.
Exactly.
God. And now we bitch if we're looking at porn on the internet and it doesn't instantly pop up. We're, like so angry.
I was talking about that with with somebody at work one day. Like he's kind of younger, like whatever, and I
Right.
was like, dude, I remember when like the internet was coming up.
Yeah, the
And
dial-up.
like porn was first starting to come up, and like you'd go to download a photo,
Yeah.
and it'd be like, like
tick, 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 and then there'd be like that one in the middle.
And then you get the
spot,
boob.
and then
You're
it's
like,
going-
"There's a
it's like,
boob,
you're
there's a
like waiting,
boob."
you're like waiting, yeah, and you're just at a boob, almost at a boob, 15 minutes in a boob.
And in
You
our
know, and
heyday-
I'm like, dude, did you have to deal with that? He's like, nah.
I don't-
High speed, man. High speed
Yeah.
internet, dude. Really? I'm like, man, you no loading.
You didn't pay your
He's like,
dues, man.
Do you
Wow,
know about
dude.
fiber optics? And
It's
you're like, I'm not
nuts.
saying now. I'm saying
I'm taking back in the day, bro.
yeah. No, and what was even crazier was that it was so slow that when your parents walked in on you, you'd hit the minimize button, but it took 5 fucking minutes. So
it to
no matter
close.
what, you were
You're busted.
fucked. Yeah,
Yo.
Totally busted. All right, so we're gonna switch gears and
we're
kind
gonna
of
talk about God now.
yeah, we're gonna
After
we're gonna
that.
switch gears and,
We're gonna
and
segue gracefully into a
talk
conversation
about
God.
God.
I
Glory to
had
God. They go hand in hand.
I had a I'm an atheist, and I had those epiphanies you have, like the seconds you fall asleep, like
yeah.
and generally you don't remember them. This one kind of stuck with me because I'm an ex-Christian, which is terrible as an atheist because you kind of, it maybe not for everyone, but for me as an ex-Christian, you always have those moments of doubt, like, what if, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have that. That's a thing.
Oh yeah.
And as I was falling asleep, not to be totally sentimental, but I was thinking about how depressing it is to be an atheist having a child, a daughter, and thinking about the implications that you die and this is it, and you don't get the opportunity to watch the rest of their lives, which Christianity would dictate you do, right?
Yeah.
And every Christian around you.
Shit.
Well, all right, Corey, we get it. We're both atheists. You just calm down with your fucking left-wing dickhead agenda.
Louis C.K. talks about that, how he had to explain that to his little daughter. And like when he told her, like he was like, he said something about, like, oh,
You're preaching to the choir when
she
it
asked
comes
if
to Louis C.K.
the earth was going to be there the whole, forever, and he's like, no, eventually it's gonna fall apart. like the earth isn't gonna be here forever. The
Right.
sun's gonna burn out. Something's gonna happen. Life's gonna stop. And he didn't think about it when he said it. He just kind of told her, and he didn't realize what kind of knowledge he was dropping on this 7-year-old mind. And like he said, the look on her face, like she shed like a tear, and it was one tear for all of humanity.
Like
you
the
know?
Native American in the
Exactly.
littering commercial.
Exactly. And it like just crushed it.
Which, by the way, that commercial was before us.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow we fucking know about that.
Dude,
That's
I-
what's different about our
I
generation.
remember the poster in my 3rd grade class.
I kind of think that commercial came out when we were children.
I can guarantee you, not to be total nerd about my weird thing, but I
Knowledge
think
of
it came out in
commercials.
like 78.
Oh, probably,
Okay.
yeah.
And then it's just something that
The
fucking
Simpsons referenced
translates.
it, so
Yeah.
it's
Side note to that, not a Native American. He was an Italian dude.
Yeah,
yes.
he
An
just
Italian actor.
He just he just had a braid and a hairdress and
Just
a
brown skin.
headdress.
He was
yeah.
an Italian dude. Side note.
But it made me very sad as I was falling asleep to think my daughter's going to grow up and I'm going to die.
Right.
And I won't get to watch the end of her life. And that's a very depressing thing about being an atheist.
Now, however, it's a beautiful thing because you do not want to outlive your child.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. But I'm saying just in general, the beauty, the one beauty you can take from a hateful Christian religion or any religion for the most part is that they have that beautiful thing where somebody dies, a parent especially, and they're like, oh, they're always watching over you.
Right.
And then that got me thinking, the idea that having been a Christian, were you a Christian at one point? Okay. I don't think that Christianity should be so much of the adages that they use that they believe one person can stand up and tell you this is what the Bible means, this is what it says, this is how it is. In my mind, I think that church in general, any religion of church of any kind, should be a debate. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it should be. It should be, this is what it means to me when I read this passage. It's almost like I don't like that they all rest on these laurels of, excuse me, somebody dies and they're like, oh, he went to a better place. You don't know that.
No, you don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know the demons he had.
You'd rather
know?
see it as a culmination of ideas rather than a set.
Exactly.
A set like this is black and white. Like this is what happens. This is what happens.
Because-
you'd rather be able to throw your own perspective on it and then get
Well, there's-
valid input from other people and
There's things
bounce around the idea.
exactly,
Yeah.
and there's things that I still battle with, based on the Christian religion from what I went through in my own time, which is, such as the only unforgivable sin is blasphemy. that no, truly, the like speaking ill of God.
Right.
Now, in a human perspective, though, everybody, I think everybody has lost someone close to them in death and has been very angry with God and has blasphemed.
Mm-hmm.
Are you laughing at me or
I'm
what?
just laughing at the idea. I'm sorry.
I wish you weren't such a fucking cynic and you could just entertain the fucking conversation.
I'm
because
sorry,
I almost
it's
want to
just-
not do this podcast or have this conversation
calm
with
down.
you. No,
Calm
I'm
the
serious
fuck down.
because every time we have this conversation, you know where I come from, and you're such like the idea of God.
It's funny.
Like no, just when we're having the conversation,
Think about it like
put
this.
yourself under the pretense that there is a
Think
God.
about this. Everyone has this fucking mind frame about the Christian religion and this Jesus character that has only been around for 2,000 years when there have been human beings in the form that we stand today on this goddamn continent for the past 150,000 years.
Oh, of
okay?
course,
Just
Corey,
being people.
But all of
just
these
being
conversations
people.
happen
Right.
under the
And
pretense
there's been
that there is
so
a
many
God.
different fucking versions of the virgin birth and the Son of God.
I
There's
just
like
love that
9
you
different
can't
versions
entertain for
before
5
this
seconds
one.
just for the hypothetical.
And just because it's not even the fucking predominant religion on this planet anyways.
No, it's not.
And it's just
none of what
it
you're saying
it
am I
makes me-
disagreeing with.
it
All I've ever asked you is when we have these conversations that when I bring up these points, you just everything is under the pretense that there is a God. The pretense, the idea, just to get the idea forward.
The problem is that because you were raised in the religion, it's hard for you to see.
I wasn't raised in the
Well,
religion.
you were Christian at one time,
Yeah.
and you were hardcore with the whole like
You're right. You're
Christian
absolutely right.
youth group. So it's built into your brain to where it's difficult for you to naturally see past it.
No.
Because-
If it was difficult for me to naturally see past it, I wouldn't be an atheist. What I'm telling you is it's not built into my brain to be an atheist. So I don't understand why you can't just go off the premise. Like you can go off of any fucking premise other than that.
That premise is so insignificant in my life
Well,
that
fine,
it's
but
comical.
just for conversation's sake and just to keep the conversation going, like.
well,
just
I'm
go
sorry.
with
I'm
it.
sorry to offend you that I find it
You're not
entertaining.
offending. You're offending me in that you can't just get an idea across without just being snarky about it. Like,
I was gonna say, I think it comes like do you how predominant was it in your life?
It was very predominant
I mean,
at
were
a
you
time.
born and raised like
no,
baptized into
no.
it? Like
I was
from the-
baptized
from
but
the time
later,
you were,
like when I was like 13.
yeah. See, I went through it like it was from the time I was born, like drilled into me, like almost force fed, you know?
Right.
And by the time I hit, whatever, how old are you when you actually realize what's going on?
4 years.
like
4
in
years
your,
later.
like in your, youth, like when
Yeah.
you actually start realizing, like, holy shit,
This is
well,
horseshit.
they
Yeah.
said that, but that's not clearly what's going on, and
Right.
wow, I'm forming my
Yeah.
own opinion. That at that point, that's kind of where I came into it, where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I
I
really
think maybe
buy into
the
this
reason
anymore.
I got into it, or maybe because of the reason I got into it so late,
Yeah.
and then got out of it like relatively quickly,
Right.
is why I think so hard about it. Just based, I think a lot about the politics of it.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say is I think I have less doubt. You know how you said you have doubts, like where you're like, oh well, maybe, possibly, maybe there is.
I think maybe the doubts come from I like the upside, and
Right,
that's
right,
the only
right.
thing is I have no doubt as to the fact that I don't believe there is a God.
Right.
I like the upside
The
so
upside,
much.
the upside's
that I
very
hope
appealing,
and I
It's
wish.
very appealing
Yeah.
to never
Yeah.
die and to always live on.
Yeah.
But at the same point, it's like, is it really? Like, would you want to constantly deal with the relentless input?
No, I mean no. No, I mean I like the idea that
infinity's a long time. Like
No,
it comes down
exactly.
to like with tattoos. Everybody always says, "Dude, tattoos are forever." Oh, it's dude.
they're
that's a
only up
made
until I
decision.
decompose into that box.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
and
it's
I'm-
a finite
and I'm-
thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
And I'm
infinity is
totally
a
with that.
long.
I'm totally
time.
like I mean, and we've talked many times on this podcast that I also, in the same sense, don't like.
Keep talking.
What is happening?
I dropped
He's
something.
okay.
I had a piece of paper.
Well, I was gonna say infinity's a long time, and imagine staying awake for 2 days. How ridiculously
Seems like so long, right?
like just like insane is your mind going? You're just going nuts. I
Yeah.
just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. Could you imagine infinity?
I mean,
of
I've stayed
being
awake for
conscious?
like a day and a half, and that was the most.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I had insomnia in high school, and
Ugh.
it was brutal. I was up for like 5 days straight. I hated it. Hated every moment of it.
No, but I like the idea of the upsides of it. Everything else is horseshit to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying how much of a mind fuck would be
Yeah.
being conscious for never.
Ever. Yeah, no, and living in clouds, I guess.
Well, that would be awesome, dude. I mean, come on.
No, I mean, but
Hopping
in
from cloud to
infinity, that it gets old pretty quick.
Yeah,
like
yeah, right.
a few hundred years of that, and you're like, fuck, can't we
on,
just?
really?
Is there a ground
Hey,
we
this
can
guy's
stand
jerking
on?
off again.
Yeah, in the cloud.
Come on,
That's what clouds are, actually. Is angel come.
angel jizz. Jizz of the
No, but I what it comes down to is the idea that I also disagree with it, Corey, but in the Christian religion, is that blasphemy is apparently the unforgivable sin. And I would like to think that if there was a God, that he'd be a little more understanding about,
right.
I gave you free will and now you're confused. I get it. You don't have to choose just this one thing because I gave you the option.
Right.
That's like, and I explained it to my mother, who is a Christian, the other day. And I was like, that's like if I handed my daughter scissors, right? And said, you can cut your hair or you don't have to cut your hair with these. You can hold them, but you can or you don't have to cut your hair. But if you fucking cut your hair, I'm going to be pretty pissed off.
But you can totally do it.
Right. Yeah, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
You're allowed
It's
to.
your decision, yeah.
But you're probably going to be punished. But you're allowed to. You're allowed to, but I'm going to punish you.
Yeah, the
That-
definition of God to this point, like he's kind of cunty.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a bit of a cunt.
Yeah, he's...
like a little bit.
I like that. It's another one of the words is like cunty, and we're all like,
Yeah,
yes,
yes,
a little bit,
yes.
yeah.
Sounds good.
It's like having an open relationship with a girl, but getting pissed off every time she fucks somebody else.
Yeah, right. No, we're cool. Yeah, go
Yeah,
have fun.
go.
Go have
You
fun.
just do that.
Who the fuck are you talking?
Yeah,
Who the fuck is that guy?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
Oh, you both like music. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
yeah,
well, you guys like music? What are you fucking
Come on.
listening to
You
music?
fucking him?
I'm
You
done
fucking
with
him?
music now. Yeah.
Oh, he hears it the same way you do. Yeah, he obtains it through his ears. Yeah. Fuck that.
Oh,
You're
you
fucking
guys-
him. I know you are.
You guys walk
yeah.
like together.
Really?
I'm fucking done with walking. Give me a wheelchair. Fuck him. Fuck you. Or like he breaks her legs. Actually, that's more godlike. Like
true.
the boyfriend in the
Smite
open
him.
relationship breaks the girlfriend's legs. Like how you
Yeah.
fuck, or like stabs out her eardrums.
In the name of
Right?
me, fuck you.
Now you're deaf and nobody likes music. Fuck off.
Fucking cornhole Matt had a topic he wanted to talk about
Hey, have you heard the Canadian
My-
on this guy?
shut up.
He's not, but he says a boot. Yeah.
I don't do it on purpose. I don't even
It's
think
a weird
about
thing
it.
he doesn't hear.
I
but
don't even know I'm doing it.
It's amazing.
But he wanted to
We
talk
watched too much hockey.
He wanted to talk about mining asteroids.
Yeah. The whole shooting satellites and drones into space to mine asteroids for.
Are
Now-
they gonna have
elements.
arms?
Now here's the question. I believe they were talking about sending manned crews at some point.
Oh yeah,
Would
yeah.
you?
That's going to be down the road. I mean,
And that's Ben
depending-
Affleck, right?
I mean,
they're gonna
Yeah.
send Ben
Yeah.
Affleck
Oh, yeah.
because
Absolutely.
he's trained.
Bruce
dude,
Willis.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey is probably going to be on there.
What,
wanna close.
Hopefully Matt Damon. Matt Damon will be on it, dude.
What's Ed's last name? Who's Lawnmower Man? Ed.
Eisner.
No, Ed Eisner.
Yeah,
No.
Disney guy.
And Ed Eisner, he'd die like.
Yeah, they'll send him. They'll just just the head.
I still miss you, babe. I don't wanna miss a thing.
Wait, Ed.
Sorry.
Wow.
Oh fuck! What is that guy's name? Ed O'Neill. No, not Ed O'Neill.
O'Neill, yes.
They're gonna send Al Bundy to fucking. Ed Wood? No, that's a
No,
Tim
that's a
Burton movie.
So let's pose
Anyway.
the question.
Anyway,
let's
fuck.
let's pose the question.
What I'm wondering about the whole, sending drones or just not even sending them, but bringing them back.
What
is,
are they
is
getting?
Scary.
At? What are they-
Well, elements like plutonium, like just
Some are made of like solid gold.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, just
plutonium?
yeah.
Oh, the Libyan nationalists and their fucking
Lithium, dude. Everything that powers your cell phones,
Yeah.
like everything's so nutrient rich. I mean,
Doc Brown. Doc Brown is going to be in trouble if
Yeah,
we get the
right.
plutonium.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We just said plutonium. Red flagged.
Oh yeah. Oh, shit.
God, this is.
Snowden is
That's
just
not bad, dude. You're
freaking
getting
out.
flagged, man. That's hits, dude.
And that's what we're
Well,
saying.
by the
It's more
CIA,
listeners.
but we'll never see it.
But-
We'll
but
never
no.
know.
like I was saying, I'm more concerned about what's coming back. Like if you think about it, spores, like mushrooms,
Yeah,
spores.
yeah.
Spores can survive extreme temperatures, hots, colds.
You probably shouldn't talk about it too much because I think you got a good idea for a book and or a movie.
Well, whatever.
No,
This has been
it's
discussed.
called
This
the
has been discussed
Alien
a million
Wars
times.
from
Dude, have you ever seen
Spider-Man?
Yeah, have you ever seen
the Venom is
yeah,
made of the
symbiote.
alien symbiote?
The symbiote, dude, like The Stuff. There's a movie from the 50s or
The
60s
Stuff.
called The Stuff.
Yes.
The Blob. The
That's
Blob
what
is a
she
prime
said.
example. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, think about it. Like, dude, what if we bring back some chunk of an asteroid that has some kind of crazy spores on it that has we have no idea like what kind of effect it'll
Well,
have
I
on
mean,
humanity or,
obviously
like,
the
our
thing-
eco,
Kind of spores.
dude,
Well,
our
everything-
ecosystem
Hold
in
on, I have a
general.
question.
Like,
Here's the thing, though.
spores. What like mushroom
mushroom
spores?
spores, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
well-
mushroom spores have more like mushrooms have more in common with humans than they do with plant life.
But are they in space?
Yeah,
Well,
spores, yeah.
Then
definitely.
they shouldn't be able to survive if they have
Not
more.
if they're frozen in ice.
Dude, extreme
and comets
temperatures,
have
hots,
ice
colds.
on them.
Whatever. Water.
It's-
Water
it's
vapor.
mind-blowing.
Dude,
It's pretty
water,
trippy.
You guys
Water
are
that's
blowing
turned
my
into
fucking
ice.
mind right now.
Think about that. Something can come from infinity, like a ridiculous distance on an asteroid, and then land on Earth, and we have no idea what kind of microbes or
Oh my
microorganisms, like what
They-
kind of
they-
impact
Zombie
they would have.
apocalypse. This
Bro,
is how it's gonna happen.
They have.
Very,
they
that's
have.
a possibility. I mean, who knows? It could be something as
They
simple
have-
as a new strand of the common cold.
They have
I mean,
theorized that that's how life on this planet got started.
Yeah. No. Our like when we were talking
Comet.
about mapping the
The genome,
the genome.
yeah.
Like, dude, we are stardust.
Yeah,
Like we're made of stars. That's us.
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
well, I'm made
here's-
of stars. I
here's-
don't know about the
I'm
you
made of
two.
stars, like rainbow.
I'm made of
He's
us.
like,
star.
I am a star.
Ta-da. Fame.
here's the human interest of that. If they came to you today and said, "Hey, we're gonna start training a group of people to go mine these," are you in?
Fuck no.
I'm in.
No.
Are you in?
I'm
No, I'm
in.
good.
You're
I'm
not
good.
healthy
I'm
enough. They're not gonna
yeah.
send
Damn
you.
it. You're right,
Like,
dude. They're like, we need you to pass some physical fitness tests. Be like, I'll be floating around. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And you come back and everything's atrophied. They're like, okay, Corey, you've decompressed. Step out. And you walk out and your bones are jelly. Yeah. Like, you just walk out and
Rubber band
collapse.
man. You're
Yeah.
like, woo.
I'd be down to go to space, but not like
I don't
that.
wanna go
all
I
the
don't
way
want
to
to interact with anything. I don't want to be like on a ship where I'm picking something up and from
Or
an
maybe
asteroid
you do.
from God knows
Maybe
where.
that's
and
the
putting it on
awesome
the-
thing. That's your legacy. You go and you mine and you accidentally snort or inhale some spores, and then you die a terrible death. But fuck,
Yeah, and I'm patient
come on.
zero.
What's your
Yeah.
last name?
that.
It's crazy. Your last name is crazy.
We'll just call it. We'll call it the cornhole disease.
Yeah.
Cornholes.
Yeah.
Cornhole syndrome. Yeah.
Lou Cornhole's disease, and you're like, today I consider myself the luckiest man alive. And like,
It's fucked up, but funny.
like you went to space and you mined an asteroid,
Yeah, I'm
and
just.
you accidentally got some mushroom from planet
it just-
XYZ.
It's just kind of freaky. I mean, you don't. No one.
To
I mean,
touch on the whole religion aspect from this point of view, though, I would love for them to bring back live spores from an asteroid to prove that life is not unique to this planet.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
that would be a
very
game.
true.
That would be a fucking game changer. That ends the conversation right
oh my
there.
God,
We're not created.
Penn Jillette would get the biggest weird boner.
I would.
Like,
I would call that. I would call that strain the Gillette strain or Penn
Gillette,
Gillette.
yeah.
The Penn Gillette
he'd be
strain.
like, ta-da!
I think it's so funny.
Anybody else would like to debate me now, motherfuckers?
right?
And magic. Teller's just standing there like, He doesn't make that
You know
noise.
what's
He
funny?
just-
You know what the monsters were saying? That he doesn't talk on air. Obviously, he doesn't talk
Penn
in front of
even says
cameras.
that.
But when he is off air or not,
he won't shut the fuck up.
yeah, he just constantly talks.
It's all
Like he,
build up, dude. He's just like
That's
pen
his
up,
character.
but
Teller.
something
Oh,
else,
shit, yeah.
something else that I find funny.
And he loves to talk magic. By the way, that's like his
Yeah, specialty.
fucking
He,
passion.
the reason that they didn't have him speak originally is because he has a stutter. When he talks, he stutters, and that's why he decided to just go the silent route in their acts.
we got the fence in my backyard before we started the show, right?
No.
So we already talked about the fact that the guy they sent to my door, who was going to put up the fence, they had 3 other dudes out there, 2 of which were white and probably spoke perfect English. Fine. But the guy they sent to my
Mexican guy?
door, no, the guy they sent to my door had a fucking, like a debilitating stutter.
Oh Jesus!
And,
How
like-
did you get through that? You personally? How did you?
No, it's one of those
Had to have been
things
tough.
I have to like adjust to.
Yeah.
Like
In
I
the
have to
moment.
laugh
Right.
inside, which
Right.
is creating cancer probably. Laughs inside, laughs that I push inside of me are creating.
Those are
cancer.
killing the cancer.
No, I think opposite. I think I'm gonna get an ulcer from laughs I
you're
push
holding
inside.
it. You're putting good shit in. You know, it's when you hold the bad shit in.
I don't know. Maybe the cigarettes and the internal laughing are fighting.
Yeah.
That's why I shit lake water.
There you go.
Yeah. But the guy came to the door. He's like, hey, we're going to. Like, it was that stutter. It's not like cool Porky Pig stutter, but he's like, oh, we're going to put a fence up in your backyard. And I was like,
Okay.
all right. Okay.
Just don't touch me.
Just like it was very serious, and I didn't know how to like. I generally joke with people, but he
to,
just
catch him if
like
he falls
like you want to. By the way, you want to help them with the word they're saying,
Right, but you can't.
But
out
also,
of
you're like, I
respect.
can't fucking
Right,
help you
right.
because
It's you can't step over their. They're
Yeah,
trying
he's
so
like-
hard.
He's like, I'll say it. Fuck off. Like,
And you're like, oh, my bad, dude.
this is my microphone. Okay.
Anyways, unfortunately, due to time restraints,
Fucking A. Yeah, this is.
for SoundCloud purposes,
Yeah.
I have to cut us off now because I've got to edit this down to 2 hours. And right where we're at right now, I'll be able to do that.
All right.
Nice.
So that being said, this is going to conclude.
Next week, we're not doing a show.
This is going to conclude episode 27. Yeah, for all those at home, we are not going to be here next week. I would like to extend a humongous thank you to Matt for coming in tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
We have
we
decided
had
that
a,
if you ever decide you want to be our third, you
can
always
have it.
have the open spot.
It's open.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, I'm down. I had a
Yeah.
blast, man. It was fun.
Cool, man. So from Orlando, Florida, here at Runway A38 Studios, you've been listening to.
We
Oh.
have to. God, fuck. Are we gonna do it all the time? Okay, listen. You have to say. I'm gonna say, easy to hate, impossible not to love.
All you have to say is, "It's a zombie movie in my pants."
Oh, I got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How many times can we do this?
Yeah,
Just
I-
once?
we got to make it quick.
Fuck. Okay.
Live from Runway A38 Studios here in Orlando, Florida. You've been listening to Corey and AJ's Degenerate School of Wizardry.
We are easy to hate, impossible not to love.
It's a zombie movie in my pants.
And don't call us fucking eggplants. Thanks for listening,
I
guys.
wish it always went that well.
Check. Yo, 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 yo.